Direction, choose your own path.
You know this is the home of We Major, Me Frosty, Unfamous, and the restricted clothing brands. Let's get it.
The message is always in the cloth, the colors, the designs, the fit. Basic. Pay attention. Stay alert. And remember, choose your own path.
Direction, choose your own path.
Don't just wear anything. Wear garments that mean something. We got hats. We got sweatshirts. We got jackets. We even got hoodies. Let's not forget our classic tees. Direction, choose your own path.
The message is always in the cloth, the colors, the designs, the fit. Basic. Pay attention. Stay alert. And remember, choose your own path.
This Might Be Risky sponsorship package is here. Have your ad run on our live streaming episodes, linked in the video description and attached to our many hot take clips. The channel is fast growing with thousands of views and subscribers. Don't miss your chance to grow your business on one of the fastest growing platforms on YouTube. Join the family today. This might be risky. Email us at thismightberisky@gmail.com if interested. Hashtag Indeed, hashtag do the right thing.
Direction, choose your own path.
You know this is the home of We Major, Me Frosty, Unfamous, and the restricted clothing brands. Let's get it.
The message is always in the cloth, the colors, the designs, the fit. Basic. Pay attention. Stay alert. And remember, choose your own path.
Direction, choose your own path.
Don't just wear anything. Word garments that mean something. We got hats. We got sweatshirts. We got jackets. We even got hoodies. Let's not forget our classic tees. Direction, choose your own path.
The message is always in the cloth, the colors, the designs, the fit. Basically, pay attention, stay alert, and remember, choose your own path.
Stamp. DJ Hamp, the stamp. Run! It's a stampede! DJ Hamp, the stamp. DJ Hamp, the stamp.
Yo, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. DJ Hamp, the Stampede, we in the building. What's popping, y'all? So I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, but I said, yo, we gotta talk about this one, man. We got to.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
Even if we ain't up here for a long time, just to address it. But after yesterday's show, man, just doing a lot of thinking about the trouble that the defenseless simply can't get themselves out of, you know, and what a responsibility it is per the community, I think, to make sure that the people who can't defend themselves or are defenseless are properly taken care of as best as possible. You know, the kid's been put on the back burner for a long time, feel me? So it's I don't know. That shit just bothersome. You know what I'm saying? It's just bothersome for real, for real. What's up, Shell? Salute. Let me see who in the chat real quick and we get it popping. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Art was goody.
What up, buzzing, bird, flip a dozen. Holla at your boy, you thought your cousin was.
Salute Art for the upgrade. He knows.
What up, buzzing, bird, flip a dozen. Holla at your boy, you thought your cousin was.
Salute. He knows. You already, man. Light skin Nay was popping. E-Dub in the building. We got Quincy, of course. Was popping. Salute. Uncle Rick was goody. Appreciate you for being here. D, what up? Vet Life was popping. No Chase in the building. I got D, of course. Let me see. Herland. No doubt. Welcome. DC was shaking my G. Yeah, nah, I'm not bored at all, man. I actually just came in from helping my guys on this job. I was short a packer, so I ran out there to help them. They were doing well. And I was just sitting here thinking about this. And couple of people had texted me. They're like, yo, what about the kids who was left in that house for 4 years? And it was kind of just on my mind. So I said, fuck it, let's run it real quick. You know what I mean? What up, Frank? What's popping? Hope all is well. Sapa say, I see you. Foe in the building. Kenya in the building. Appreciate you. TBE was popping, kid. How you? Hope everything is everything. Love C was popping. Good to see you. Maybe you could come up here. Matt P in the building. RLC, yeah, it's cold as hell, man. I don't know. We'll see, man. Matt was good. Salute. Saw it. I see you. I'm gonna drop the link and all that if y'all want to chit chat. Miss Jilly, make sure y'all say what's up to Miss Jilly in the chat, please. Melly Mel was popping. Jay, I appreciate you. That always helps. You feel me? My brother Riff in the building, holding it down as always. Cell was popping. Good shit yesterday. Call me Queen T in the building. Salute. Salute. Zagu was popping. Make sure we got a link tomorrow, no question. So Zan in the building. Aaron in the building, of course, was popping. Get the likes up. TC, what's good, kid? Israel, Shalom, good to see you. Black Conquering King, salute. My G, Lord Lou, what's good, kid? I ain't seen you in a minute. Hope all is well, man. Dang Beats was popping. How you? Dre in the building. No, not Dre. What's popping? Lex, how you, man? BJ was popping. Kid, put your money away, homeboy. Matt P in the building with the $2. Take your vitamins, nigga. You stay getting the cold, man. And I got kids, bro. This shit be real quick, man. T was popping. It's kind of getting there, you know what I'm saying? It's getting there. I can't do a whole lot, but it's getting there. You know, I think I'm probably maybe 30% of the way there, you know. But I appreciate you asking, feel me? O'Shea, what's popping, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's get it popping, man. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Put a 1 in the chat if I'm sounding all right. Put a 1 in the chat if I'm sounding all right? Let me know. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. Perfect. So I have all right, cool. Thank you. Yeah, I don't fold, man. Try my best not to. So my mom, right? When I tell you that she invested in me, like, that's an understatement. You know, the things that she would do, I'm up here sounding like Nay and Sherelle, right? When I tell you the things that she would do for me, and I'm talking about me, I got 3 brothers and 2 sisters, right? I'm talking about me specifically. Like anything, any instrument that she thought was a good idea, I tried it. The saxophone, drums, piano, that might actually be it, you know, but just like it was no question I was gonna play an instrument. I had a little bit of choice. CJ was good. I had a little bit of choice as to which one it was, but she would spare like no whatever it took, time, you know, whatever it took, she would input. I've been swimming since I was a kid. She made me be on the swim team, bro. She made me be on the swim team. I'm the only nigga in there. Josh, what's popping? Yo, I hated that shit, man. I hated it. I'm in this, yo. I hated that shit. What up, Mufasa? But she made me do it, man. I try all types of shit. You know, I never played football. I never played baseball. But like I always play football, you know. I wrestle, but just so much that she poured into me, you know. Like I think I had a tutor before. She stay up all night helping me just with homework. You know, I was always in the hardest classes. You know, I was in advanced classes, AP courses, right? Whatever the honors was. But my mom used to push me to do all that shit and to do it well. And I just think about that investment just for me. just for me, let alone like my brothers and sisters, you know. There was a time, like it was right before debit cards was popping, right? Like it was right, like you know that window. And so she had a debit card, and we at a clothing store or something, like getting ready for school type shit. And it's like she's like, no, I'll write a check instead. Because the check, you know, back then they could pass it through and you can always put the money in later type shit. But my mom would pour it all out for us. You know, all out for us. Go to bat for us. Fight for us. Learn with us, you know. Study with us. Die for us for sure, you know. So it just, when I see this, I feel so bad for these kids, man. My mom got like a vetting process for and it's her birthday today, by the way. My mom got this vetting process for like the women in our lives. My brother been married since 1996. He's 50 years old. And whatever she don't like about the woman is what it is, right? Everybody not gonna see eye to eye, get along the whole time. And so she had talked about my brother's wife, and I'm probably like 21 or 22 at the time, 23 maybe, right? And she talking about my brother's wife, and she like, she did this, she did that, she did this, she did that, right? But the thing she ended with that always resonated with me, even at that young age, was but she love her kids. She like, regardless of what I think about X, Y, and Z, that girl love her kids. And that, when I was a kid, stuck with me. You know? And it didn't really mean like I didn't have a kid right then at the time. But when she said that and how important it was to my mom that my brother's wife loved her kids the way in which she did, resonated with me at that moment, you know? It could have been subconscious because of how hard my mom was willing to go for us. You know? And that was like her main vetting component. How much that woman loved her kids. And if she loved her kids that much, her sons would be in some capacity. Now, mind you, my brother been married since 1996. When I first graduated, if it wasn't for my sister-in-law, it'd have been tough to work because of my little daughter, you know, at that time, my oldest daughter. And she used to have her from 7 a.m. to like 6 p.m., my sister-in-law. My daughter don't really remember it that much, right? We ain't lived in Connecticut in a long time, you know? But she used to take care of that girl for free all day long. And when I just see stuff like this, man, what's up, James? What up, Ignorant? I just can't believe it. I can believe it, but I can't believe it, you know? Because just knowing how hard my mom be going. Feel me? What's up, Sherelle? In her vetting process, you know. A woman, what's up, Davila? What's up, Jay Miller? And it's this disheartening is too weak of a word. What's up, T? Amen was popping. So I just looking at this, I said we gotta pop this off real quick. Now, in the process of doing, what's up, Miss Bells? Salute to everybody, man. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell a friend. We got 120 people in the building so far. Let's make sure the likes match the viewership. We are, yeah, my mom's birthday today. So when I look at let me read this real quick. Matt with the $2. Take your vitamins, nigga. You stay getting the cold. Yeah, man. I read that already. What's up, Journey? when I was looking up this story, man, you'll be thinking like shit like this should be a one-off. And the extreme nature of it is probably that's probably true. But there's stories that just pop up that were adjacent to the story that we, here to talk about. Let me show y'all this, man. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. We'll be here for a good time. I ain't gonna be here all day today, though, man. All right, let me show y'all this real quick. Did y'all see this story here? Y'all see this one? Westlake mother sentenced to probation, house arrest for leaving her kids home alone for 3 days. 2 of these kids had special needs. This is not the same story that we're going to look at, obviously. What's up, Mike? What's up, Dario? Yeah, this was in Ohio. Let me let this play.
Leaving your 3 minor children alone for 3 days, it does not justify your actions. If children learn at an early age that they cannot rely on their mother for love, protection, and support, what future do they have as adults? What kind of relationships will they have? And what kind of parents will they become? The one person who's supposed to love them unconditionally and protect them at all costs is unavailable and otherwise checked out. What is clear was that for those 3 days in February, your children were not your top priority. I'm concerned about what, if any, impact this incident will have on your daughters, whose mother did not act in their best interests and otherwise care for or protect them. The good news is that children are resilient. In general, mothers are driven by a strong maternal instinct to protect their offspring to ensure their survival. The emotional bond formed between a mother and her children often triggers protective instincts, and this attachment often leads to a heightened awareness of potential dangers to their children. Your conduct in leaving your children alone for 3 days is not your finest hour. It is my hope that you will learn from this experience and always place your children in their best interest before your own. That is the essence of parenting. I cannot make you a better parent. That is up to you. But I can give you the tools to ensure that this never happens again. It's my intention that this experience will serve as a teaching moment for you. I'm optimistic that with the help and assistance of this court, family, and your friends, you can put this incident behind you, learn from it, and become a better mother for your children who desperately need you. I believe that you can rise to this moment. Your sentence is as follows. In case numbers 24 CRB 249 and 24 CRB 250, I'm placing you on 5 years of basic supervision under the following terms and conditions. Good behavior, defendant not to violate any laws, defendant not to leave the state without permission of community control officer, defendant to report to the CCO as directed, and obey all rules of community control, defendant to complete all treatment recommendations, defendant is ordered to abstain from the use of alcohol and drugs of abuse, defendant is subject to random testing for alcohol and drugs of abuse at defendant's cost, and not to refuse a test if requested by a police officer, CCO, or a treatment provider. The treatment is ordered, the defendant is required to send a release to the probation department for release of information for any treatment provider, as well as to any schools. I'm also going to order the defendant attend a parenting class as directed by my community control officer, defendant to attend mental health counseling as directed by my community control officer, and defendant not to drive without a valid driver's license or driving privileges and insurance. In case number 24 CRB 249, defendant is ordered to pay a $400 fine and costs. In case number 24 CRB 250, defendant is ordered to pay a $400 fine and costs. Well, listen, there are certain things that I can control, and there's others that are beyond my control. I can assure you, however, that as long as you're on community control sanctions by this court, you will never leave your children alone again without serious consequences. In terms of a jail sanction, I don't want to further victimize your daughters by separating you from them, because they will suffer the unintended consequences, and I will not have that. However,
So, and I wanted to let it play, right? So he forego the jail time for the sake of her daughters, right? But let me know if y'all hearing what I'm hearing. It sounds oxymoronic, or it sounds contradictory. So you put her on 5 years of probation, but you don't want to victimize her daughters anymore. But isn't leaving them in her care, if she could care less about them, victimization enough? And I want everybody to slow down, right? This ain't about no gender war shit. This is about people. This is about how we see things. If this doesn't highlight, right, just like how women are prosecuted differently, I don't know what would for you. But do you see how ridiculous and detrimental that is? Because if you know you're gonna get punished and you don't, it's enablement for most people. People take it for granted when they don't get punished for real. Like, that's the shit that's the craziest to me. And this is the shit I'm talking about. I couldn't imagine my mom doing that type of shit, bro. But she ain't learning from this. She got it done, right? She went to Miami. I think they're gonna say some more. But this is ridiculous, man. And the judge sitting up there in that chair, he trying to be empathetic, but I don't think he understands who's actually being implicated and how complicit his leniency can be. And then from what I saw when I was looking, because I was looking up the other case, it said that and somebody just dropped additional information if you have it, right? That 2 of the kids had special needs. Now I'm not sure if that was confirmed. I'll see if we can look some more if somebody has something else. But if I already didn't care, you making sure I don't go to prison under the assumption of what? That I care? It just don't make a lot of sense. Let me let it play some more, okay? And remember, this right here, what we're looking at is a different case. This isn't the 4-year case. This lady here left the kids for 3 days. So he just sentenced her to 5 years probation.
I do believe that house arrest is the appropriate sanction to ensure that you will be with your children at all times while otherwise not working. I will permit you to work, but only with proof of employment, and work schedules to be reviewed and approved by the probation department. Accordingly, I'm imposing a term of 180.
Hey, real quick. I think it was KP. KP, did you say, because you and Matt from Ohio, I know she from Ohio. KP, were you just joking when you said that she's a stripper or whatever the case is? And I didn't even hear no suspended sentence. That's a good point, Ms. Jilly. Maybe we can try to find it, right? Essentially, what to Ms. Jilly's point is like, let's say they give you a year in jail, 2 years suspended with 5 years of probation, right? So essentially, if you were to violate that 5 years of probation, they can put those 2 years on you. Or let's say you in jail, you do the year, let's say you catch a ticket or a charge, they can extend it for those 2 years also. So that's a good point. I didn't hear her have any time hanging. I guess they would just tell her what based on the probation, but that's actually a good question.
80 days of house arrest at case number 24 CRB 249, and a term of 180 days of house arrest in case number 24 CRB 250 at the defendant's cost for a total period of house arrest of 360 days. This means that when you are not working, you will be with your children at all times. The time for frivolity and intemperance is over, and it is now time for you to become the mother that your daughters deserve, need, and require. I wish you and your daughters the best.
Oh, I see you stepping to the podium right now.
So he gave her there was 5 years of probation and then 360 days on house arrest to ensure that she'll be with the children.
Whatever your reasons for leaving your 3 minor children alone for 3 days.
I think I understand. I see what he's trying to do, but the effect isn't there. 3 daughters. Let me see if I can find. And I don't want to harp on this one too much, but it's just that the behavior is just. Hold on, let me play this one.
Check done.
And now there was a good point in the chat. I think Davila said it. Nobody checked on those kids for 4 years. So this one is a little bit shorter. Let's see.
I'd like to have a welfare check done. Students at the school that I work at, there's a 10-year-old in the house and 2 7-year-olds. Basically, we think they are home alone and that mom is in Texas.
From that call to police to a Westlake mom being sentenced tomorrow on child endangerment charges, a judge found Dominique Knowles guilty of leaving her 3 children, ages 10 and under, to go on a trip to Miami. Annabelle Childers explains the details of the case for us.
I'd like to have a welfare check done.
February 22nd, a special education teacher at Westlake Schools requested police check this apartment.
Basically, we think they are home alone and that mom is in Texas.
The teacher said one of her students, a 7-year-old girl with a cognitive impairment, said her mom was out of town, but she was checking in on them over video and ordering them food from Uber Eats.
I'm just a little uncomfortable thinking that my student and her sisters are home alone while mother is out of state.
Officers went to the unit and found 3 girls, a set of 7-year-old twins and a 10-year-old alone in a messy apartment.
Police department.
In a police report, an officer described the scene as in shambles, noting clothing, food, trash, and an unknown liquid covering the floor. At one point, body-worn camera footage captures a girl slip and fall.
Oh, goodness. Are you okay?
None of the girls were injured, and they told police their mom, Dominique Knowles, hadn't left them alone. But police used geolocation technology to track Knowles' cell phone and discovered she had actually traveled from Cleveland to Miami.
Hello, Westlake Police.
4 days later, police arrested Knowles for child endangerment.
You also left your kids home alone with his door open, the slider door unlocked.
I have cameras off in my house.
You have one.
No, I have 2. It's one in my room too.
All right.
Knowles told police on the scene her children were responsible enough to be left alone for a few hours until her mom could pick them up. But a judge ultimately found her guilty of 2 misdemeanor child endangerment counts. The Westlake law director says that grandmother never knew that Knowles was out of town or those kids were being left alone. Now, Knowles is set to appear in court tomorrow for sentencing for those 2 counts. Now, that sentence could be up to 6 months in jail per count and up to $1,000 in fines per count.
All right. Annabelle, thank you so much for walking us through that. Appreciate it.
Like, what do you like? Does it make sense? Cameras all throughout the house. She got 2 cameras, one in the living room, one in her bedroom. 3 kids. The special ed teacher called because one of the kids has a cognitive impairment. None of the kids are old enough to even navigate that. Grown-ups have a hard time navigating cognitive impairments when they're dealing with their own children, let alone another child. Kids make a mess no matter if grown-ups are there or watching. But you saw the little girl slipped and fell off of the undisclosed liquid that was on the floor. And then the justifications to the officer. You know you're wrong, right? Because you justified saying, I got cameras and I was only leaving for a little while, right? And then you lie to say my mom was coming to pick him up. So you know what you did was wrong. Obviously, it's about her, but it's totally about her. Nobody mentioned the dad here, right? But they ain't in no relationship, obviously. But she even lied to act like she told her mom. You know and her mom said, I ain't know shit about that. So I know for a fact she ain't tell their dad. Give a fuck what y'all say. Music, man. It just ridiculous, man. Let me show y'all. And this thing I worry about, right? Something was said yesterday. How much of this do you guys think is happening? And then we'll get to the main one, all right? I apologize for my energy level. I just feel I'm still a little sick. Right. And if you don't subscribe to this, we understand, right? But just the language itself, right? How much of this is happening, you know? And I'm asking everybody, and it may be more rhetorical. It says, the aged woman likewise that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not giving too much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands and to love their children, to be discreet and chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of God be not blasphemed. Like, how much of this is happening? Right? I know we always talk about young versus old and respect and things of that nature, but how much of this is happening, man? Like, are the ladies like, and I'm asking y'all, man, like, are you guys coaching each other, like helping each other, man? Teaching the younger ones how to treat these kids and raise these kids? Because these girls are both what, 25 through 30? I just don't understand it. You know? And I know somebody's gonna say, well, we were left home by ourselves. Yeah, our parents went to work. We understood that. Right. I think we also understand this is a totally different ball game, man. These are for totally different reasons. This is pure selfishness. This is a lack of total care. But I just wonder, man, are the older women teaching the younger women? Because and it could be the internet, you know. I just don't understand that shit. Ain't nobody leaving their kids for 3 days, let alone 4 years, man. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Perfect.
What up, buzzin',
Ezekiel,
buzzin',
shalom,
flippin'
I
dozen,
appreciate you, bro.
holla at your boy, you thought your cousin was.
So to my brother Ezekiel Ben Israel, who gifted 10 This Might Be Risky membership, man. Whoever got blessed with one, please maintain it. Matt P with the $10 says, Hamp, I don't be playing when I say women are savages too. I grew up in Cleveland where it was shiesty town. Men/women ruthless. It's definitely a war zone in the land, at least when I was there. No, I hate you. This ain't even, it's just a shiesty, right? I guess you're highlighting. Rainbow with the $5. What Poppy says, she was stoic until he started the sentencing. Then she shifted in her seat, turned and took a deep breath. Only concerned about the punishment. She was just there to get it over with, right, Rainbow? Stevie Wonder could see that. She was just strictly there just to when is he done talking to me, right? I ain't going to jail, so all that other shit is what it is. Mike Brown with the finals. The system gave her the kids even after all this. That's what I'm saying. I wish Isha, maybe I try to call Isha to see if she around, but she get to keep her kids. He was forcing her to be with her kids, right? That shit is ill, right, Mike? It's so disheartening. But she didn't give a damn. And I'm telling you, I know one dude, he was gonna do like, I think it was like 60 days or something to the effect, and they was gonna give him like a low-level misdemeanor. He did 2 days. Call like, yo, I gotta get out of here. I'm not staying in here. So they switched his plea or something. It was like preliminary, and he took a felony just to not to do no jail time. He took a F on his record just not to do no jail time. That's all she caring about. What's 360 days? I could still go to work. If KP wasn't bugging when she said that she was a stripper, I could still go do my thing. I still go shake my ass, make my money, and I'll be home with the kids. They say she couldn't have no company. But that jail time shit is what people predicate the majority of their decisions on. So once she knew that she wasn't getting jail time, all this is just formalities. That 5 years of probation, though, is the one thing about the plea bargain system and the bail system that usually gets people, man, right? Because of the recidivism rate is so high, but also they can violate you for just about anything. Police contact, all types of stuff, you know? And so when they put brothers on like the, the probationary period, like Young Thug took them 17 years of probation, it's almost like you damned if you do, damned if you don't type of thing, right? But just the leniency we saw here has to be problematic for everybody, especially when it comes to the kids. And the judge was trying to be considerate of all things. I just think he failed, but he didn't fail like maliciously. You know what I'm saying? I think he think that what he was calculating in his head was right. I just don't think he weighed her existing behavior with her assumed behavior based on what she already was willing to do. You know, so it's a shame. So I was trying to look. Let's read this and I'll play the video. Okay, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. So here's the police report. County of Oakland Office of the Sheriff Michael J. Bouchard. For immediate release, contact Major Christopher Wandrock to, and then here's a phone number right here, right? That we should call him. This is the case that we've been looking at. So is it zooming for y'all? No. Okay. So let me see. I'm gonna read it. Okay, it's 2 pages. I'm gonna read it. Okay. Salute to everybody. 225 people in the building so far. Let's please get the likes up. Please get the likes up. And Miss Jilly, that's the hopes. But to your point, Miss Jilly, they didn't even say what's hanging over her head. I guess they'll actually send it to her. I think based on what they charged her with, the most she can get is a couple years, though. That's a hell of a point. She already living like that. She already living foul. So I'm gonna read this, okay? Mother arrested for abandoning her 3 young children and leaving them to live alone home in a home for years. Oakland County, Michigan, February 16, 2025. A Pontiac mother who abandoned her 3 children for years, leaving them to live alone in absolute squalor and survive only on weekly drop-offs and prepared food, was arrested Friday by Oakland County Sheriff's Office deputies. The 34-year-old mother, who is not being identified as she shares the same name as one of the children, is being held in Oakland County Jail. Detectives are expected to turn the case over to prosecutors for review in the next few days. Sheriff Michael Bouchard said the conditions in which the children were found to survive were unconscionable. Throughout my existence career, so this is the quote from the sheriff. Throughout my extensive career in the field, I have never encountered a scenario as dire and prolonged as this one, involving abandonment, neglect, and abuse of the highest order. End quote. Bouchard said, quote, this situation would be deemed deplorable and intolerable for an animal, and it is utterly unacceptable for 3 children. They have been deprived of any interaction with their mother and have not received an education for years. The far-reaching consequence of this abuse must be acknowledged. We look forward to presenting the case to the prosecutor and ensuring the mother faces the consequences of her actions. The children, a 15-year-old boy and his 2 sisters, aged 12 and 13, have been placed in custody of a relative by the Child Protective Services. Deputies were called at the home, the 600 block of Lydia Lane, on Friday afternoon to perform a welfare check on this occupants of the home. The landlord contacted deputies after he had not heard from the mother since December. Rent was paid in October, and he was concerned something may have happened. So she was paying that rent for the whole time. Upon their arrival, deputies found a home in deplorable shape. Garbage was piled as high as 4 feet in some rooms. Mold and human waste was found throughout, with the toilet overflowing in feces in the bathtub. Deputies checked the residence for occupants and found the boy and his sisters. The girls had locked themselves in the bathroom but opened the door when asked. The boy said he and his sisters lived alone in the home as his mother had abandoned them in 2020 or 2021. They survived on the prepared food their mother or a stranger would leave on the front porch each week. What the fuck? They prepared their so they survived on the prepared food their mother or a stranger would leave on the front porch each week. So she was going back and forth to the house? The stranger thing, I mean, obviously somebody was leaving food, but the mother was dropping food? That is fucking crazy, bro. Sorry, I lost my. The mother did not leave toilet paper or personal hygiene items. The mother had contact with the boy, but it appears she had not seen the girls in years. So he must have answered the door and shit like that. Because I guess he was in contact with her. I guess he saw her, but the girls didn't. So maybe she dropped the food off once or twice, I guess. The scene was processed by evidence technician wearing a hazmat suit. The children had not attended school since their abandonment, passing the time watching television or playing games. It appears the girls had not been outside the home for several years. The boys slept on a mattress on the floor while the girls slept on pizza boxes. Neighbors told deputies they were unaware the children lived in the home and never saw them outside. They did see the mother drop things off at the home each month. Holy shit, bro. The children were taken to the hospital for evaluation. They were wearing soiled clothing, their hair was matted, and the toenails were several inches long, making it difficult to walk. It appeared the children were unfamiliar with how to use personal hygiene items or know how to flush a toilet. The mother was found at another location and arrested without incident. She said the father of the children was not involved in their lives. So it seems they have the same father. Dropping the food off is fucking outrageous, bro. Let me see. I don't even know. This stat seems pretty even. All right, let me go to the video. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel. Let me just read these real quick. Okay, this is BJ. BJ, salute.
What up, buzzing?
BJ been a member for 2 months, man. Put your money away, homeboy. Let's look at this, man.
For 4 years. Everybody's upset about it. Like, oh my God, this is right in our neighborhood. Apparently, this woman, her landlord, stopped getting rent and hearing from her. So he called 911 for a welfare check.
Had no idea that there were kids there, let alone kids in grave situation.
3 children were inside, trash piled up, poop everywhere. The kids said that their mother left them there since at least 2021.
They had difficulty walking because their toenails were so long.
A despicable discovery, and the Shade Room is digging. Her Facebook post that's got people on social media on 10. I'm Justin Carter. This is TSR Investigates.
Let's look at this. Let me see if I can get the banner to go away. Hold on.
I'm just Justin Carter. This is
Trying to see. So this her, but it won't let me get to. Let me see. So looks like the post says free food giveaway. Please share at Walton Park Manor right now. So she giving out food for others. So obviously this is what she's dropping off. Look at this, man. There's shit in the tub right there.
It doesn't get lower than this. It was Valentine's Day, a day to celebrate love, but it turned into a day of horror in Pontiac, Michigan, which is a suburb of Detroit. It was horror that a 15-year-old boy, a 13-year-old girl, and a 12-year-old girl had been living for years. This was their normal. We're blurring out some parts, but you can see the bathroom overtaken by trash, mold, and feces. The girls, they slept on pizza boxes. They had not seen the light of day since about 2020 or 2021. But how? Where were the neighbors? Where was the school district? Their extended family members? Questions that we're getting down to the bottom of.
We went to the house to check on what was going on there and had no idea that there were kids there, let alone kids in grave situation.
Their hair was matted. They were covered in urine and feces.
When we took the kids out of the house, they had difficulty walking because their toenails were so long. They hadn't had any grooming. I don't think they had basic hygiene knowledge of what to do. They hadn't been given hygiene products for years, and toothbrushes, etc.
It was everyday life for these three siblings. Oakland County Sheriff Michael Bouchard telling the Fox affiliate in Detroit that they had not attended school since their abandonment. Instead, they were locked inside this condo on Lydia Lane to never come out.
We showed up at the house. The young boy did have communication with the mom and said the police were there, and she said hide.
The two girls, they did hide in the bathroom until they were asked to open the door.
There was garbage, trash piled 3 and 4 feet high, covered with feces all through the house. It doesn't look like the toilet or the bathtub had been usable or workable for quite some time, primarily because of the feces and trash.
Investigators had to use hazmat suits to process the scene for evidence. The kids telling deputies that they spent day and night passing time by playing games and watching TV. They would only see their mother when she or another stranger would stop by once a week to drop pre-prepared food on the porch.
If you think about the horrific ads you see on TV to spur donations for animals that have been abused or are living in terrible conditions, multiply that by 10.
Sheriff Bouchard not releasing the mother's name because she shares the same name as one of her daughters. So we at the Shade Room, we're not sharing it either to protect the child's identity, but we did find the 34-year-old's mugshot in the county database. She's still sitting in jail. Charges haven't been listed at this time. The prosecutor's office said publicly, quote, that it will not comment on the pending case until it has been reviewed and a charging decision has been made.
It's pretty heartbreaking that the kids would have to live under those conditions. People just kind of get in their car and go.
Neighbor Emma Gross couldn't believe it. She lives on a different block, but says that in that neighborhood, everybody typically keeps to themselves.
So I think people are just kind of just doing their own thing now and just kind of going in their places and closing the doors.
Neighbors reported seeing the mother come and go with items, but never spotted any children with her. You also can't ignore what role the Pontiac school district played in all of this. The district confirming Monday that the 3 children are not currently enrolled, and they couldn't comment any further. The interim superintendent, Dr. Kimberly Leverett, releasing a statement saying in part, quote, the Pontiac community has been shaken by the...
That's the part that's crazy. That one teacher called after one day of them not coming in. I don't know how she got that information she got. And then we looking at this shit in 4 years, you don't see the kids. Miss Jilly was commenting on different truancy aspects and things of that nature. But I would assume the kids were enrolled previously, especially being that old. Or were they just not invested in at all? But there's several things that are complicit here, are culpable. Whatever one has at least is of a lesser degree, I guess. But a lot of this shit don't make sense. This I guess you're gonna read the statement from the school district here.
In a statement saying in part, quote, the Pontiac community has been shaken by the horrifying story of the 3 children who were discovered suffering from extreme neglect this past weekend. As a school district, we're working with the Oakland County Sheriff's Department to assist in any way we can. As educators, our hearts are breaking for these children and what they have endured over the past several years.
How could something like this happen?
Hey, see, that's a great point, right? That's a great point. That the fact that it was C-19, but what I saw during C-19 is that the schools were actually more involved in terms of the homes, right? Because at least in District of Columbia, they were saying like, okay, they were using all the addresses to get different iPads and tablets to the kids so that they can actually go to school. They were trying to figure out who actually had internet service and who didn't. And they were doing a lot of vetting, doing a lot of mailing, you know? That's the part that gets me. So if they were going to ordinary school, okay, but the fact that it was under C-19 and the schools had to do more outreach to the homes to get the parents involved because the kids had to be homeschooled, that part is almost like makes it worse a little bit. But I think that's a great comment that you made, though.
And these children, how can people go living every day and not see something like this and report it sooner?
A question so many want to know, and why their mother, too, had been posting on Facebook a week prior to her arrest, advertising a free food giveaway, knowing that her children were home alone, living in squalor.
Everybody's upset. Everybody's upset about it. Like, oh my God, this is right in our neighborhood. How could something like this happen?
What about their extended family? Well, the children's alleged aunt has been very vocal on social media about this, even threatening to fight people on Facebook who come after her.
That makes a lot of sense too, right? If nobody saw the kids for that time during C-19, I know each state was different, but a lot of people weren't leaving out, going out at all. Or if you went out, you left the kids inside, right? Because we were so unsure, especially when we first got hit with it, you know? So if people didn't see her during that time period, that kind of makes more sense why people were, I guess, not alarmed. But after 4 years, like it doesn't make sense. But I understand it if the inception of this happening was like 2020, just based on my anecdotal experience involving C-19.
She said that she had no idea what was going on. We reached out to her for a comment. We're waiting to hear back. The sheriff's office, in the meantime, says that the mother was arrested without incident at another location and that the children's father was not involved in their lives. The children, though, they've been turned over to a relative through Child Protective Services, as the sheriff's office is collecting donations now on the family's behalf. For ways to donate, for ways you can help, visit our website at theshaderoom.com. For TSR Investigates, I'm Justin Carter.
Yeah, Justin Carter. I don't know, man. What do y'all think? Like, that shit is like, what's worse than that? There's a few things worse than that. I'm just saying, Justin Carter threw me off, man. Shout out the Rainbow Kid. I'm just saying, like, what, like, and Chakra, that's what we was talking about yesterday. Like, how much do we care about the kids? How much investment is there in the kids? We simply got to put those talking points down. That ain't our problem. The kids ain't our problem. It's on the people that had them. We understand that, right? But we talking about varying degrees. But if nobody's gonna see this shit happening and let it happen, right? Are people gonna just let this happen? Do you think that the majority of people just let this happen? Do you think that the majority of people just mind their business? Wow, that's small. Like, I just don't understand it, man. There was somebody that said that the father was in prison. I haven't seen that information. She just said that he wasn't involved, but it sounds like they have the same father. People need to be strung up for shit like this, man. But I think overall in every that's actually a good point, Sin. It's a condo. So literally people living next door or across the hallway. That's fucking that exponentially increases the egregious nature. She dropping off shit in a condo. And it looked like it was one of those where there's a few steps, but once you get inside those steps, there's an apartment. And Shaka said they kept them away she kept the kids away. God damn, son. Marv, what's popping?
What up, man?
Goody, how you?
Good, man. Stuff, man. Situation's unfortunate, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I was saying the comments is honestly, I don't think a lot of people really, like you said, don't really care about what's around them. People stay to themselves. And that's only because of how the culture is in America. You know what I'm saying? Like, we do push individualism. So most people acquiesce to their own business and do what they want to do. I mean, even with the mother, she kind of much want to do what she want to do, not really care about her own children. But it's more like, everyone wants their own self gratification, go for themselves, look out for themselves. And it's the nature that we in. I mean, I'm okay where I'm at because my neighbors is pretty old school, so I can look across the street and know who's there. We got numbers from each other and stuff like that. I was greeted in this neighborhood with like brownies and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's real old school over here. But I know in places I've been to, people don't know who they're around. They don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, no, well, so that last statement, it is what it is. Is that a detrimental statement?
Definitely is, but it's more situation. It's like I said, I'm in my situation and I'm doing the right thing, but I can't force others, and that's why I say it is what it is. 'Cause you can't force nobody to, do what they got to do and be familiar with the situation. You can't force people to be aware and look out for others.
Yeah, I guess like one thing I'm thinking about, right? And it's all speculation, right? Those kids were 10, 11, 12, etc. It didn't sound like she was new to that neighborhood, right? And so let's say 3 years go by, the kids ain't going to school and all that, right? But do they not have friends like the kids themselves? Like, what if nobody's seen John in school? It's just like, are we that oblivious to what's going on around us for real? Are we just glad that it ain't me? You know what I mean?
Yeah, actually, I would say it is. It clearly is. COVID-19, that was a wake up call for me, and I got to see how a lot of people weren't really aware of what was really going on for a lot of stuff. And I mean, that period, I give a little grace to. You give it context. People were in their houses, and that makes sense. That's cool. But like you said, like ain't no one checking up on you, no calls. Like I'm trying to figure out, like she got family, like them kids got a grandma. You know what I'm saying? Like why wasn't they? You know what I'm saying? It's just weird. The whole thing is off.
Yeah, you just be wondering what be happening in people's lives. Like, I don't know if you watched the show yesterday. We was talking about the lady who both of her kids died in the van. Yeah, so essentially her kids frozen. They died of hypothermia in Detroit in the van, and what it sounded like is she was like ostracized from a large part of her family. And when the kids needed to go somewhere, they went to the father's side of the family. And so you'd be surprised, like shit like that be happening. And then it just seems unfathomable. Like you can't call your family to help you. But I wonder how many people are in them situations, whether they don't have family, get put in that situation, put themselves in that situation, you know?
That's great. That's unfortunate, but yeah, that's the reality of it, though. That's true. It's true.
And I don't know how long you've been in the stream, but the lady was talking to her son for the 4 years, dropping off food. It seemed like she was either talking to them, FaceTiming them, or she saw him, I think, but the girl's never seen her in 4 years. Old boy in the video even said when they cops were at the door, she told him hide the kids. And they seem like they located her pretty quickly, but go ahead, my fault.
Yeah, that makes sense. For the boy to be protective of his sisters and be the only one to answer the door, the only one to be seen, don't want to have the girls thing like that. I mean, that kind of makes sense. He's doing his part trying to protect his siblings, but for the whole thing is crazy in a sense because it's like, I mean, like, where did she learn that behavior? Where did she think that was going to be a good idea? Like, I'm trying to understand. Like, I give her more grace if I understood her more. You know what I'm saying? And understand, like, how was you raised? Was this how you was raised or something? Like, or is it like a lot of resentment towards your kids? Like, what's the real issue here, and why did you think this was a good idea? I'm just, I'm left with that.
One thing I've heard this before, right? I don't know if I've seen it necessarily, but I heard this before. It's like people, she got the kids, whatever. Her kids are 10, 11, 12, 13, whatever. And she get wrapped up with a nigga. Or people get wrapped up in a relationship. You hear it about like the dudes, right? Even the father from yesterday was saying, oh, he was living all good with his new girlfriend. He wasn't thinking about them kids. Right? Somebody was saying, and it sounded, I don't know if it was, somebody can correct it, that she was living with some dude. So it's just like, what are the priorities? But she need to be strung up for this, man. Because that shit don't make no sense to me. I don't.
They really don't. They really don't. It's like I said, like yeah, she's gonna have to bear her own consequences. Like I said, hopefully, I want to hear the whole story on her part. You know, what I'm saying? Like no judgment on her. I don't condone it, but also I just rather not be disturbed by the story. I'd rather try to understand what's really going on, so it can be like, okay, what can we take from this, so we can be more aware of this type of behavior and nip it at the bud before it go this far. That type of situation. What kind of bit? Yeah, what's that?
What would you do though? Like, what can you do to get this information? Right? Like, maybe, baby. Like, what would you do? Right? Because even the school didn't do any due diligence, and this was at the time in the height of COVID. So it's just like, how do we mind this out? Because people do tend to mind a business, and you can say they wrong for minding a business, but are they? Like, what else the fuck can you do? Like, nobody's expecting a mom to do this to their kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, people probably just, like you said, Marv, like, they probably giving the benefit of the doubt. Oh, they must be because nobody's saying you doing some crazy shit like this. I just I just can't understand it, man. What you think about the, let's say the retort is, what about the father? Where was he? Why didn't he know?
I will say that I do hold men to the highest accountability though, because I will say this: you laid up with this woman, had 3 kids with her. You know what I'm saying? Like you brought life into this world as well. So it's like, did you not care as well? In the sense of like, I mean, this other situation where a guy's kept away from his children, we don't know. But also, I look at it like, for me personally, I look at it like, hey, you said to yourself that your child deserves that kind of mother. So when you lay with that woman, you said, "Oh, I'm good with this, situation. If she has my kid." You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't do your due diligence to vet her properly, to be like, "Oh yeah, she's deserving of my seed." You know what I'm saying? That's the recklessness of the man. He's gonna have to hold that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's his choice. Her choice is what to accept it, but his choice is to give. He said, "Yeah, I'm giving you my kids." So on that part, like he's negligent. You know what I'm saying? Because he clearly wasn't. If it was intentional, he would be there right now. But clearly, he didn't have no intentions, or unless circumstances changed up. But I don't. It's hard to say. I'm sorry, but it's hard to say that for the most part that he is going to be non-negligible, because the situation she's in, she is very like. If it was a court case, he would win. You would think. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't seem hard to prove that she's negligent. You know.
Well, I'm gonna tell you. Well, she fucked. Just the house was too messy. But the thing about it is, a person willing to do this shit, ain't no telling what they willing to not do. I can only imagine what that man was going through if she willing to leave her kids with shit and piss all over the place, not even walk in the house and check on them. I can't put that jacket on that nigga. Nah, fuck that. That shit is sick, bro.
It is.
Like, that shit is crazy, man. It that shit hurt your heart, like. And them kids just sitting up in there, shitty, pissy, sleeping on pizza boxes. What does that even mean?
I look at the seasons ahead. Detroit get cold, bro. So like, but Yo, Hamp, I gotta get ready to go though, man. I
No, do your
appreciate
thing.
it,
Do your
man.
thing.
Y'all have a blessed day, man. Peace and love, bro.
No doubt. Be safe, man. Yeah, man. I wasn't trying to stay up here all day, man. I dropped the link one more time, but yo, judgment is coming whether you like it or not. People gonna be judged accordingly, man. People should die for shit like this, point blank, period. I ain't never seen no shit like this before. What's this? What's this? Hold on. Let me check this out real quick. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, man. Hold on one second. Is this next playable? Is this a video? What is this? Is it a video? I don't know how to. I'm not seeing nothing. I'm not seeing nothing. Yeah, man. I don't know. This ain't no grace for this. Ain't no place for this. People like this need to be strung up. Point blank, period. We don't need to talk about nobody else, to be honest, right? Yeah, we hope and pray that people get involved in terms of things happening, but this shit is fucking crazy, bro. Outside of this, if you can simply do in a way to give back, man, do your best, bro. You'd be surprised the energy you could put in in a person's life, man. You'd be surprised how you can alter even a person's day just for a moment, man, by just trying to do something, handing out coats, soup, fucking coaching the kids, you know what I mean? Something. But this shit is crazy. Let me see. Now you gotta send me the video directly, man. I can't see. What's up, coach? What's popping? How you?
Perfect. How you doing, brother? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was just checking out the live, man. You know, it's something that's near and dear to me, man. I spent years, working in this type of field, and it's heartbreaking when you see the kids going through this. But I wouldn't think that we would still be in this type of mindset, especially after COVID. I thought people would really step their games up, but it's just unfortunate that the children are the ones that are suffering the most, so yeah. It's really, I learned that I have to take my feelings out of it, because when you walk in these places and you see this type of environment for the children, you immediately, man, your heart just drops. And it seems to be always more than one person that drops the ball in these type of situations, because townhomes and condos, those walls are thin like hotel walls. And one thing I know that children will do without supervision, eventually they'll start playing. And when they start playing, eventually they'll get loud. So I'm sure that there was all kinds of, ruckus going on with the children throughout the day, because kids just do that. And the fact that nobody really checked on them is just sad, because as a neighbor, you can hear it constantly. And then at some point you would go knock on the door like, Mrs. Jones, what's going on? You know, it's 12 o'clock and the kids are still playing and wilding out. So,
you know, Mr. Ferg, what's crazy is, so like in my old neighborhood, where we used to live, a decent neighborhood, we would tell like the NDC, so everybody black, right? We could party 3-4 a.m. I could have the speakers in the back. Ain't nobody saying shit. But to your point, those was individual houses though, right? So I guess you can go and close your door, you know. But I just wonder, I'm not saying what you said. I think what you're saying is 100% accurate. It's just the mind their own business part is like at an all-time high. Like
it's at an all-time high.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just unfortunate, because technically we really need each other for our own protection. But people have gotten so comfortable with staying out of other folks' business because a lot of us are afraid of the backlash of the parent. You know, there was a time where Miss Sally could tell on you down the street, and by the time you got home, your mother already knew what you're doing, so you really couldn't lie. But now everybody's walking with their head down, and it's not their business until it happens to them. Now everybody's expected to know what happened, but it's just unfortunate, man. I've seen it too much, and the kids are the ones that suffer the most, because you're now talking about a lifelong situation of trauma with these children. It's going to be a lifelong trauma. They'll never forget what happened to them. They'll never forget it.
Yeah. What's up, Reaper? What you think? You hear me?
You on mute, brother.
Reaper, you freezing.
You on mute.
Y'all can hear me now?
Yeah.
I'm good. My bad about that. I'm having some weird connection issues, man. Yeah. Yo, take this back to the old school days, man. Hammurabi Code, bro. Eye for an eye, bro. String that woman up, son. All this. Salute to the dude. First and foremost, I apologize. God bless everybody. Good afternoon, Ham. Good afternoon, Coach. For apologies for that. That's my bad. Salutations. Hope everything's copacetic. String that lady up, bro. I don't give two shits. The other man that came on was like, yeah, you know, and it suits. I'm not coming after him, but we got to stop that shit. There, a lot of these women out here ain't shit. They are demons. You could have given up them kids to the system. Not saying that the system is great, but that's 10 times better than being in a feces-infested home. Leaving, like Coach Ferg said, you possibly created some sociopaths, bro. Them kids ain't gonna be the same after that. That lady needs to be strung out. She needs to have her reproductive rights taken away. She can't produce kids, none of that. Let's go back to the old school Babylonian ways. And Marabi, Nebuchadnezzar, shout out to him. I don't care, bro. This is disgusting, man. And this is not, bro, I'm not saying something like this extreme happens all the time, but I remember my mom, because my mom was a social worker, used to work for ACS in New York, right? Adult Child Services in New York. And she used to take me, it's called taking you out in the field, right? So if there's nobody at home, sometimes she would come and pick me up like, oh, let's go to a house, right? And I remember seeing something not as bad as this, but it was around 4 Green Projects, if I remember. And it was a lady with like 6 kids. Her sofa basically stacked up mattresses, dirty as shit. There was dog shit in the corners. Kids run around their Pampers. This lady, if I remember, I want to say she was maybe like a crackhead or something. And my mom is sitting up there. You know, a lot of times if people do, I think my mom caught off guard. I don't remember the story exactly, but a lot of times these people try to clean up and, oh, everything's good, blah, blah, so the city doesn't take them away. But this shit happens it happens more than enough. And again, we're not gonna talk about the fathers. You are the mother taking care of these kids. To do something like that is demonic. You were embarrassed of those kids or whatever because one had disabilities, whatever it may be. But for you to treat those kids like that, bro, you need more than jail time, bro. You need more than jail time, and that happens way too often, Ham. And I understand you saying, bro, I try to do my part. In some ways, I do my arms in silence, so I don't talk about a lot, but I can't go up against mentally ill people having kids. We can't save them all, son. There got to be something in place to disincentivize these people, to stop these people altogether, no matter how crazy they are. And that has to come from the laws, bro. There has to be something punitive, like life or something, some human rights type violations on these type of people, because you went out and you purposely destroyed these kids to go to Miami or do whatever the hell you try to do, bro. When you harm the
Yeah.
kids, something extreme has to happen to you. I'm sorry, bro. I apologize for the rant, but
No, you good
he
though. The first one
deserves.
was the kids. She went to Miami. This woman just, and there was a bunch of things I was hearing, but I didn't see him get vetted out in terms of somebody said she was living with a dude or whatever the case is. But what's in the police report is basically from what the son was saying. She dropping off food, he's seeing her, but the girls didn't see her. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, yo, those your, I just, it's so fucking crazy. And this is, do you know what it is? You hope that this is an outlier. You hope that this is far fetched. You hope that the majority of people ain't doing this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But then when you find adjacent story after adjacent story after adjacent story, it's like, oh, what the fuck? Like I saw this one girl, right? Word of my dad, right? She looked young as hell, right? And she walking with this older white dude. He's probably like my age. I'm saying old. It's crazy. So they in what's one of the sandwich shops? Jersey Mike's, right? I see it. She a little black girl. I walk up, yo, you know him? She, what you mean? I said, you with him on purpose? What you mean? Are you with him on purpose? You hear me? Dead ass not playing, bro. Scouts on her. Let me see your ID, something, all that, right? He kind of, I said, bro, I want you to get upset. What you think I came over here for?
Mm-hmm.
I want you to feel some type of way. Let me see your ID. I mind my business.
Mm-hmm.
All praise to the Most High. She just took her ID out and showed it to me, like, right? I ain't even had to push too much further, you know. And who knows? He was a big ass white boy too. I might have got my ass. I might have been still getting my ass whooped in Jersey Mike's. You know what I'm saying? But I was dead serious. Like I got mad daughter. Like it didn't resonate well with me. You know.
Yeah.
And
Hamp, if I tell you, oh my bad, I may cut you off. I would love
I'm
for you to
just saying
talk
all
to.
praises type shit. Go ahead.
I would love for you to talk to, especially in New York, social workers, bro. Like the horror stories, right? Because I hate doing it because it sounds like I'm making this stuff up, bro. But like my mom would tell me some of the sickest things. And it's not just single mom. I'm not coming at single moms, but I just remember a lot of stories, right? The single mom boyfriend coming out of prison. That dude does such and such to the kids. Single moms allowing their kids to get basically sold to rich, diseased men in Chelsea. Like I'm like you hear some of these stories, bro, and you'd be like, what? Like when you see Lord or SVU, some of the stories be like, all right, this is some garbage. But I would talk to my mom, or I should talk to ex-coworker, because she's retired now, and they'd be like, no, there's stories like there's stories like that. Like if you want to think about some of the worst things that can happen to kids, talk to a social worker, and they will tell you. And because the city, New York, for instance, despite how big it is, they don't have resources. A lot of times they got to push these cases through. But like it's, I would love for you to interview a social worker, bro. Your brain would be blown as to the things that be going on. I'm not saying that this sounds awful, but imagine some of the bumblefuck city that we don't even talk about, where this is, man, this kids are getting freaked. Like you just pointed out the other day, you showed the video, the the black kids who were adopted by the white family being basically treated like slaves inside the old home.
Yeah.
Didn't care. Imagine that teacher was just collecting the check. And she's like, I don't whatever. I didn't see Rashad, I didn't see whatever. It took for her to sit up there and have to call it out like, yeah, I didn't see him in today. And then that's how the ball got started. And she don't get paid enough for this. This ain't no investigator.
So look,
Shit
we used to have
it's heartbreaking, bro.
we had Isha up here yesterday. Isha works in this field. Sis know a lot about this shit too. Isha was talking about it yesterday, about the different cases and all that. I hit her one more time, see if she see this one. But yo, it's this hard. I don't have the right word for it, to be honest. What's up, Lex? Let me get Lex real quick. What's up, Lex?
Howdy. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's going on? Yes, ma'am. Sorry. What's going on? My bad. I'm tripping.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
My bad.
Man, this is so heartbreaking. I was listening to the show yesterday and seeing this, man, and the abuse that's in our community that comes in so many different forms, and how much stuff is missed just because we, like you said, we want to mind our own business, or the stigma as far as no snitching type thing, and it breaks my heart to see this type of stuff that goes on. Even I'm 38, and with my mom no longer being here, and it took me like 5 years after her death to realize how relieved I was that she wasn't here anymore, because of all the trauma and stuff that I had gone through with my mom. And like seeing females in that you had showed and how they act with their kids and the type of stuff that they do with their kids, I could never. There's a certain percentage of us that go through stuff, and we choose to do things the other way because of what we went through, and then there's some that just fall into that same type of behavior because they're not strong enough, or they don't know how to break away from them things. And that stuff bothers me so much. It hurts my heart sometimes. Like yesterday, I was coming in and coming out the stream because I was having moments to where I was tearing up and feeling some type of way because I don't like that type of stuff. It brings me back to memories. It makes me feel some type of way. Like having a conversation with my uncle today in Kansas City, and me being 38 and him not knowing some of the stuff that my mom did. And he's like, you never said anything. Because what I'm supposed to, you know how it is, like you get demonized if you say something from your own family sometimes. And that's so crazy. But I could never do that type of stuff to my kids. Like my kid today, we in Texas, it's 16 degrees where I'm at. And I get up this morning and I do extra stuff like my kids in the bathroom, brushing their teeth, washing their face. I take their clothes that they're wearing today and I go put the clothes in the dryer. So when they get done washing their face, brushing their teeth, they about to put their clothes on. Their clothes are warm. And we like little stuff like that, to where my daughter said it when we about to leave and I'm taking her to school. She said, "Thank you, mommy, for help keeping us warm." Like, so I don't understand these other women. Like, there's no excuse. There's no excuse. Under the jail. get her out of here. Straight up.
Can I say one thing to that too, Hamp? Because I think that, and I'm not pinning women versus men. I swear I'm not doing that. It's not the time for that. But I still think that when you don't have a father in your life at a certain age, like I say, like from age 10, 12 onward, there's a big gap that you miss in terms of wisdom, guidance, you know what I'm saying? Expressions of masculinity, even femininity, right? Trying to have somebody to teach you, like who the right man is, whatever, as a woman, right? But when you young and you in the age of nurturing and you don't have somebody there to properly nurture you, right? I'm not talking about spoiling, but to actually nurture you. Everybody remembers the first time, say you're in a room, you jumping on the bed and you about to fall and bust your head, and you like, oh shit, there's nobody here to save me. But then afterwards, your mom comes, she might slap you in the head with like, what are you doing? And then, console you, like, all right, making sure you're good, you don't have any broken bones. Things that, imagine The first night, bro, as a kid, and you don't have food. You don't got somebody to say, all right, let me turn the heat. Make sure y'all good. Everybody's warm. Everybody's good. All right, y'all good. All right, whatever. You got things. Somebody just make sure you're fine. You okay. And you go night to night as a kid. Just imagine that pain, bro. Like I said, man, I think missing a father, having a father is pivotal, but not having a mother there. Like you should not be cooking for yourself. You should not be fending for yourself. You should not be doing any of those things when you're a small kid, especially you have a disease or an issue, mental illness or whatever, condition. You know what I'm saying? So that to do that, bro, you have to be, I don't even know if it's sociopath, psychopath. I don't know what the right word to be. You have to almost be like,
Use both.
so it has to be beyond that. But I don't want to use that for because she'll use that as insanity to not go to prison. You have to be beyond cold-blooded, bro. That's a different type of mutant over there, bro. So for her to do that to them kids, bro, son, bro, no kid should ever not have a mother during the nurturing. They should never have no parents. They should never be without parents, let me say. But to not have a mother during those years, bro, that's demonic, bro.
Can I throw this out there real quick? Just imagine if this situation was dogs and someone left their dogs in this type of situation. What do you think will happen to that person?
You would see parades, protests worldwide. You'd see every a white-blooded American marching forward every freaking street to make sure this lady gets 85 to life.
But here's the thing, though.
Hey, Coach, can I say something real quick? There's this app where I don't know if y'all have it where y'all, it's called Neighborhood, and it keeps people connected about things that's going on. Yesterday, somebody threw out, I think it was 2 or 3 black puppies. You hear me? Black puppies. And the whole place, I'm passing this woman outside. I'm like, yo, what's she doing? She walking up and down there. You know, I told her I'm out in the country. She walking up and down the country road, looking
for the dogs.
The whole place been looking for these dogs. The whole place.
And you would be fined and charged a felony, possibly in prison. To me, this is similar to that type of situation. However, it's going to take the so-called, unquote, community to sort of be diligent about this, because this is something that I'm not saying could affect us all. Let's just say if it's 20%, it's too many. We're losing children to this type of situation, and there's no recourse. There's nobody, it's going to, they already, seeing if she's okay. She was okay. She was over at somebody else getting slid on. She was already out in the streets doing what she wanted to do. The children are the main thing, because again, these children are young. They'll never forget this.
So Coach, are you ready to start, because this is how you culture build, right? Are we gonna start shaming women who have kids out of wedlock, even if those parents, the female, the mother may be a good mother? She may not be this, right? But it's like, to even try to cancel out this possibility. No more kids out of wedlock. We'll even do, I'm just being extreme now, but we'll even do aptitude tests, mental tests to make sure you as a mother can have this kid. That if you have this kid outside of our so-called boundaries, you're not in our culture. We won't mess with you. We won't do business with you, blah, blah. Are we ready to do that? Or we're not trying to take it to extreme?
I don't think it can happen with just one side. We need the people who are in the childbearing years to all come together and come up with some type of formula and remedy for this type of situation. It's going to take both sides, men and women. It's not going to, because men, we can't shame women for their behaviors. It's going to take the women who consider themselves leaders as women, who are, upstanding citizens. It's going to take both sides. It won't take just one side.
Oh, no, I'm not saying just men. No. When I say you, I didn't mean you personally, Coach. I meant like everybody. So I apologize I didn't mean put you as like a man or spot.
No, I understand me. Like I said, I retired doing this type of work. I was going into these homes. I was removing the children. I had to have children crying on my shoulder. I'm providing clothes. I'm doing all of these things. But again, it has to start from each one of us working together, because there is a group that can say, hey, these are the set standards, especially in our community, our little 4-block radius. You know, we have what is it? I know some, like in Chicago, they have these I guess community like block parties, right? But in the block party is just a whole bunch of partying. There's no information, no education really given out. And say if there's a young lady or young man on our block struggling, that's a great time for everybody to wrap around this person and say, hey, we know you need help, so we're just going to provide the help. The resources are here. If you ever need a place to stay, you can come to my house or whatever. I got an extra room in the back or whatever. But we don't do that. We don't provide information that's needed. And right now, a lot of information is needed. And it has to be, if we got to read it out loud to them, they just have to begin. And then after that, it's their choice. But nobody can say they didn't know. And that's when a lot of people say, well, I didn't grow up. Well, you know now, you 35 and over, there's no reason why you shouldn't take it upon yourself to try to be better. So
I think shaming is reactive, right? And so you're shaming a person because of what they've done, right? Not because of what they're going to do, right? And I think that makes sense, right? But we want to take preventative and proactive measures essentially. And so shaming is more of a reactive measure. I agree that it should be done, but there has to be something done before it, right? It's a reteaching, a reassessment of priorities, right? And I still believe that men are the leaders, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so if we don't teach men to be more responsible, even though I know we'll get the rebuttal that since time immemorial, men wanted multiple women and sex is the biological thing, we won't effectuate as much change as we need to, as fast as we need it to happen, right? And then we'll still have the same complaints about the system being unjust to men when we kind of put ourselves in situations quite often. One thing that was said that I hate is when people try to say things or paint a narrative. When I opened up this stream, I've talked about good women specifically, right? And for all the people who choose not to think, you only know bad because you know good. The reason why we know this fucking woman is a demon is because we were raised by women that weren't. We were raised by women that will really kill and die for you, that take the clothes off their fucking back. So if you want to be an idiot, leave the fucking stream. We got moms up here all the time. I talked about my mom particularly. So don't be stupid. Don't be obtuse. Y'all are a bit tiresome with that. And you try to relegate things to how you see it when you want to see it in such a way. Do your due diligence. If you came in here an hour late, you think I was reviewing the same video for an hour? It's foolish, man. It's foolish. The Lex, one thing you said that I don't know if you said it incorrectly, but you said, what did you say when you said your mom not here no more? What were you saying?
I said I realized that my mom not being here, how relieved I am because of that.
Yeah, you're saying relieved. So I'm just trying to understand what you mean by that.
That best way that I can breathe, like her presence not being around me anymore, and how like I just feel like I can breathe.
Like you feel so let me I don't want to put word. I knew what word you said. I just want you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to say it in the wrong context because the context of what I'm trying to understand. So forgive me if I'm being kind of slow with it.
No,
just because I don't want to put anything out there that's incorrect. So are you saying like you feel better? You feel lighter? You feel happier? Like that train of thought?
I wouldn't say happier.
Okay.
But I do feel better. Yeah.
in a positive way. Is that because she was now? Can we go down this train?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Because me getting up here and saying that, and I'm comfortable enough with you to be able to say it. So go ahead.
Okay. So was she overbearing? Did she have behaviors? I'm not saying like these, but to the point where like she didn't care about you. Like, what makes you feel relieved now that she's no longer here?
Because I got to my mom had she had some good points, and then she had some bad points, and then the bad points overshadowed a lot of the good, and her bad points overshadowed so much of the good because of how she did it. Like I had said in the string yesterday, like I was in the 3rd grade and she had spanked me. Now I've gotten spankings before, but she like premeditated. Like she you remember back in the day before we had the cordless phones, and we had, if you wanted to move around the house on the phone, you had that long ass phone cord. So she took that phone cord and she wrapped it down to about this much, or what, about this long, and then my dad is a mechanic at trade, and she took some of his black electric tape and she wrapped it around the phone cord to keep it together, and she beat me with it. And it was like the whole week she was like, oh, as soon as you mess up, I'm gonna beat your ass with this. And so the whole week I had been walking on eggshells because I was like, I don't want to catch that. And the smallest thing happened, and I swear, and I could see her face. I remember she came through the door. We in Kansas City. She came through the door. It was like her eyes just lit up when she saw me and was like, go to the room. And maybe drugs had something to do with it, but at the same time, like, you beat your child like that, you made a what, like switches, belts. I done took all that, but you upped it a level. We're at another level now to where this is not just discipline, this is straight child abuse. And we had that incident, and I was talking to my uncle today, and everybody knew that she whooped me, but nobody knew exactly like what happened. To everybody in the family, it was like, oh, she whooped Alexis and Alexis were mad and turned her in. Nobody knew what she whooped me with, what she whooped me for, none of that. And so I have been demonized in my family for years as if I just turned my mom in because I was mad. No. She legit beat me and abused me. And so for years I went through life trying to win her love back, even though she had did that to me. And she did it was so much stuff that she had did to me, to where at this age I came to the point to where it's like, do I really miss my mom, or am I like, I'm moving around in this world? I take some of the things that she taught me and I held on to it, and I tried to do what I can in doing stuff, putting it into my children. But the fact that I don't have to deal with thinking that my mom do my mom really love me, or she don't. Like, I'm relieved.
That's one of those things. I think kids don't know, they don't remember shit, right? Like, we don't remember that much if we really think back, but we remember how people made us feel, though.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the thing that you can't shake. And you have probably a couple situations that you say this situation, this, but overall, you're right. Your subconscious knows how that person made you feel, and that's the unfortunate thing. And was your dad there? Like, what did he say? Because I know you said family said X. What did your dad say?
My dad grew up in that time to where, like I said, and this is another thing. My dad grew up in that time where your parents discipline you, right? But my dad got whooped with switches and belts. He didn't get, you know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't get whooped with nothing like what she did. But also, I mean, my dad was fucking off out in the streets doing what he was doing. So, I mean, yeah, you're mad, but at the same time, you wasn't there, or you just took it as just like everybody else. Oh, she just gave her a whooping. He didn't care what she whooped me with, or how, like, I was bruised up all over. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is. He's still to this day, and I'm not even talking to my dad right now. He's still to this day is kind of like, oh, you just turned your mom in just because you were mad because you got a whooping. Like, if that's how you feel, Dad, I love you.
No,
I
that's
love
that.
you.
Well, he shouldn't even be going that route, right? To be honest, right? I think that I would say something a little bit more direct to him as a man, to be 100% honest with you, right? But I'm not going to act, But the one
Right.
thing, right? Lex says, I got now, sis in the chat, cable cord, race car track, extension cord, everything, right?
Mhm.
But it would take 5 minutes for the webs to go away, right? And then we'd be having fun again
Yep.
with the parent who just whooped your ass and tell you to stop crying while it hurt, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because you know that you're in trouble. You know that you did something wrong, right? You know that it's not malicious.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Hey,
but by default, what I
Hold on,
yeah,
Mr. Furry.
you
I
didn't
got
cry.
distracted. I'd be like this, Rick. Probably like, the only time I ain't fuck that. I ain't, you know what I mean? But it hurt. But you knew that it was a corrective.
You could,
Sorry, Mr. Furry. That was a lie.
No,
I stopped you like I had something else. That's all I.
No, when I saw that, when I saw that, when I saw it, I was like, yeah, he was holding it in. He was tough. But even with that, you know what's crazy? Regardless of children getting abused, by default, they still want to love their parents. They still want to love it, and they'll carry it. And then you don't hear about it until they adults, when they start breaking away from the parent. They don't really have to rely on the parent for this and that. You hear it when they start speaking about it. A lot of it, like I've been saying, a lot of it can be connected to your home life, or the people that you would believe would love you the most. And it's just unfortunate because this is not new.
Yeah.
But I say it's been more prevalent within the last 40, 50 years. My father was an alcoholic, and I can only remember him whooping me one time, but he whooped me with a piece of plywood. So I can understand it, but I addressed it with him early in life. I think sometimes, with a parent, you don't want to address it. Then you, like she said, family members, you do that. So, but when you break away from that, it allows you to free yourself. But I would always suggest to anybody, go back and talk to them regardless. Get it off your chest, get it off your mind, get it off your soul, so you can just free yourself and be better. So,
you know how scary that
can
is,
I
though?
say something real quick though? Just today, I did try to talk to her when I got older, because I was older. I was like, yeah, I did try to talk to her, but my mom was great at being the victim at everything.
No accountability, huh?
Yeah, it was no accountability. I was able to tell her how I felt, but she just, everything was her. Like, no, her and my dad separated. They went to counseling, to marriage counseling. She brought it up in marriage counseling. My dad came to me, I was like 25. And I said, she brought it up in marriage counseling? He was like, yeah. Like, there was no accountability. My mom was just like that. She didn't care. Everything was her, what she went through and how it affected her. So, I did.
Do you think that's a form of when we do that? Not we, but when people do that, excuse me. Do you think
Narcissism.
that's a form of arrested development, or is that a form of like you trying to like a form of humanity, right? That no matter what you did to a kid, they still a person that even as they grow up, they still have a piece in their heart that wants to like connect with you, right? And you will look at, because I have a relative, I don't want to say the whatever, but this person, father was in their life. This person did everything known to man in terms of, I won't say every crime, but just he's done a lot of stuff, right? if you mention, and the father has not been in his life, you could probably say since he was probably 13, right? This person's close to damn near to 40 in prison now. If you mention the father in any disparaging way to him, he will rip your head off because he still has love for that father. So is it a form of arrested development? Like, do you sit up there if say maybe I don't know if you've been through therapy, Alexis? I don't know what they tell you, but like I just wonder what they tell you in therapy. Is it that the yearning for validation, is that a, I don't say a sickness, is it something that you have to get over, or is that, do they like, I don't know, they can't really nurse because you can't have a relationship with your mom, she's passed, rest in peace, whatever. So it's like what is it? Is it arrested development, or is it like, yes, you should feel that is natural, that is okay, but then how do you move on from it, especially if your parent passed away, or you know what I'm saying, you just can't have that.
Well, she didn't say she said she felt relief.
Yeah.
So she's kind of not.
Oh, you're right.
That,
you're right.
Yeah.
Well, and I'll say this: the relief came now. My mom has been passed for about 6 years, but the relief came now. At my 38th birthday, I felt, and her birthday was in November.
That's okay though.
My boss had reached out to me. She was like, "Hey, your mom's birthday. Are you gonna need time off or whatever?" And I was like, "Nah, I'm good." And she was like, checking them. She was like, "You sure?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm good." Because I had reached that point to where I was like, nah, this is not affecting me. Why am I over here mourning and feeling this type of way about somebody that, but naturally I should, like, you think about it, Hamp, I should be mad. I should be feeling some type of way if my mom was gone, right? I should be, you know what I'm saying? And because she also played two sides of the fence, there was sometimes she was a great mother, but then there was sometimes it was like, like, what, are you my mom? You my mom? Like, for real, do you love me?
Where was the majority? What do you think the majority was overall negative? More negative, or yeah, no, I think that you're okay to be 6 years deep and say, okay, I got this relief. Ain't no statute of limitations on peace. Right? So you don't gotta pigeonhole yourself to something.
And I love, like, and that's another thing, like with therapy, because my therapist had told me there's nothing wrong with you feeling that way, because naturally, like I say, any other person would miss their mom, or any other person would be thinking like, this is my mom. Why would my mom do something like that? You know what I'm saying? And any other person, I yearn for her love because that's my mom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let me read these real quick, yo. Let me read these real quick. I want to show y'all this video. I'm supposed to do an interview tonight. I might have to postpone that shit. This cold is kicking my ass. I'm not dropping off right now. I just want to show y'all this video that they showed me. So I haven't seen it either. I just want to read these real quick. Mike Brown with the 10 ounces. And then my bad. I think Mr. Fantastic live. I usually don't go live on Wednesdays, but I had to cover this shit though. Mike Brown with the 10 ounces. She has to go. Dropping off food is wild as hell. That's I'm just wrap your fucking the reason for the $2 says, how is this one the white man's fault, guys? I think Reese, I think you're are you off base? We didn't mention a white person at all. All right. I think he's trolling.
Something else.
No, I think he's trolling, right? I think that's what that is. Ezekiel Ben Israel, Shalom with the $5 says, surely fella, but she need to catch a fade.
More than that.
Oh, he talking about what Marv was saying. Carlisle Tom, what's up, kid? With the $5 says, let's not forget the stories of mothers allowing their daughters to be violated. And these are stories from generations ago. This is not far from it. Yo, Carlisle, salute you. Y'all ever watch Chris Hansen and Catch a Predator?
Of course. That's one of my favorite shows back in the
day. They play two things. They play it's the decoy on the phone, right? Or on the text message app. But then they play it where it's the mom selling the daughter. And they're equally as successful with either. Right? So when the men are talking to the mom and they saying the mom, so one day it was like the mom says, I'm not up to it, but my daughter's here, she's 15. And those men just are like, okay. It's almost like they've seen that. They've done it or seen it before and read it before somewhere, right? They're not taking it back like, oh, you're selling your daughter? The message is just say, okay, fine. Right? You know what I mean? It's almost like it was a pretty normal thing to those guys who do that type of shit, you know? Just on what he said. Zagu with the 2,000, she'll get a pass in jail. Women going trauma bond. Because her Dati with the 2 pounds says, thank you, Alexa, for sharing your story. That's a fact, though, man.
Yeah, man. Salute, bro. Ma'am, excuse me. Bro.
I said, yo, that shit, that's she.
No, I didn't. I just, bro, it's colloquial, so I didn't mean to like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here for the tea with the $5. I think a lot of times our parents took things out on us because of their own personal anger and trauma. But that's excuse it? Nah, T. Yo, we was talking one day, right? Because I was telling y'all, and sis could tell y'all for herself, but this is her expertise, right? So she counsels and all that stuff, right? And so when people are beating kids because they mad, right? You beating kids because you mad. Imagine how that beating manifests. If you beating a kid because that kid did wrong, those are 2 totally different things. 2 totally different things. Let's look at this video real quick, y'all. Nay sent this to me. Let's look at it together, man. Nay said it was safe for me to play, so we'll see. Oh shit. Nay, you gotta put it in the chat what we looking for.
Get the fuck in the car. Get in the car. Nah, bitch, get in that car. Get in the car. Get the fuck in the car. I'm not playing with you. Get the fuck in the car. Get the fuck in the car. Quit playing with me, bro. Quit fucking playing with me. I'll pop you with this motherfucking brush, nigga. Sit your bitch ass down. Listen, Ernest. Tell Canard to give it to you. The trunk. Shut your bitch ass up. Where my gas tank on clothes is? What is that in that bottle? Is that gas?
No, that's that juice.
Oh. This bitch done saved today. Fuck you, DPD.
I'm always saying.
You always beat me. You always beat DPD. Now this bitch can go with you. Cause I'm about to beat this bitch ass. Tell that bitch to get in Ashley car.
Tell him to come out.
This bitch done ran back up her Ashley. It was over there. It was over there. Bitch, the dog came and that bitch ran back up the hill. Look at this bitch.
Bitch, I'm saving you. Come on, Pearl.
Get the fuck in the car. Shut your bitch ass up. Shut up. What you want to do? What? What you want to do? Get your bitch ass in the motherfucker car. Fight, bitch. Fight. Fight.
Don't do it.
Oh,
Don't
bitch.
do.
Oh,
Don't.
bitch.
Come on, Pearl. This your mama at the
Come
end
on.
of the day.
Come on. Come on, bitch. Come on. Come on. Bitch, I'm gonna beat your bitch ass up. I'm gonna beat you up, bitch. I'm gonna beat you up. I'm gonna beat you up, bitch. Nah, bitch, don't be trying to close that door. Cause he called me a bitch. Call me another bitch. Bitch, call me another bitch. Call me another bitch. Bitch, call me another one. Call me a...
Pearl, come on. Stop. That's still your mama.
me, bro.
Get off of me.
Oh, Lord. Get off of me. Okay.
Hey, y'all. Pearl, chill. Pearl, stop.
Off of me. I'm not on you, bitch.
Pearl, move. Pearl, come on. This still your mama.
Get out my shoe.
Move back so she
Get out
can
my shoe.
get up so you... Jesus. Come on, Pearl. This still your mama. Come on. Come on, bitch. Come on, bitch. Come on. That's still your
bitch.
mama.
Come on, bitch. What?
Hold on, because that damn truck coming.
Come on, bitch. Bitch asshole. You a pussy, bitch. You a pussy.
Yeah.
Bitch asshole. Hit me now, bitch. Hit me now, bitch. Come on, bitch. Come on. You ready? You ready?
Come on.
Are you ready?
Come on.
Bitch.
Baby's off the part of the road.
Put out my top pussy asshole.
What across the gas station?
What the
Some people should not be allowed to have kids.
I don't even know, man. But this ain't normal, right?
Nope. But I see it a lot though. I see it on the train. Yeah, I don't know if y'all know about in the train station. If y'all live in New York, MTA, where you see a kid literally just looking outside the window, you know, as the trainers are going, the mom will scream at them, curse them out, call them mother effers, the craziest shit in the world. And it's like, bro, your child is 5 years old and you treat him like that? That shit, yo, man, this shit is. See how she was dressed? And you see I guess I don't know if this the daughter, I don't know what the thing she kept saying, that's still your mama. No, she never admonished or came at the mom and said, stop. And you're recording this? Stop. Never did that once. Just kept saying. So the kid has to sit up there and take that. I'm pretty sure he has to take a whole bunch of shit at home, a whole bunch of shit on the street, and he cracked. You made a kid crack. Kids ain't supposed to crack like that. They're not supposed to crack like that, Ham, where they choking the mom out because they can't take it no more and they feel helpless, bro.
This is the beginning of the end for that young man. You saw it in his whole posture, his demeanor. He was almost cradled up. This is the beginning of the end. And unfortunate.
Mr. Ferg, no, real just what you saying, right? I don't really like Chug now. So his name is Hampton also, but his name is Chugawooga, right? He's that boy. He hard headed, man. Good gracious, right? He rough as hell too, but he don't have no sisters, right? So we got to figure it out. But when my wife disciplined him, cool, right? But him getting used to being yelled at, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Majority of his correction come from me directly, right? So we can maintain the understanding. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm articulating it well, but I'm the one that does the overwhelming majority of his discipline, even to the point where my wife would say, babe, he's not sitting down. You see him, you know what I mean? And then I'll be yoking him up, you know, all types of shit. And then he got to say, yes, sir. So like all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? But I like him to understand, like, there's no way he should be getting used to getting talked down to and yelled at, like by, you know, but me, it's a different, you know, and it's not even about like trying to lower her. It's just about what should be his norm, you know?
But you're not emasculating him.
That's the part.
Right? You're giving him correction, but you're not calling your sons a B. You know what I'm saying? Because you're mad, and it's understand. You know, the father brings the confidence to a son. He brings the competence to a son, and he brings the courage. She is destroying everything about him. I guarantee he looks just like the father. I guarantee that, because most of us look like our fathers and act like our mothers. So it's the beginning of the end for this young man. I think I would say he's about 14, probably about 16. He'll be outside, whatever.
The worst thing about that too, Coach Ferg, is that one of the reasons she may hate this kid is because he might remind her of the father. And that's his only crime, is looking like and maybe acting like the father, and she's taking this out on him. I'm just saying as a possibility. I don't know exact the family, the structure,
It's
but
speculation, right?
Speculation. But we've seen it before, right? Or like you said before, with the mom and the daughter. The mom is jealous of the daughter, talking about, oh, you like the one video where the girl was like, oh, you showing off you wear those things in front of my man. That's why he be hitting on you. You know better. It's like, what? So, bro, yeah, like you said, man, he's either gonna be destructive, or he's gonna set women and think that's the norm. When you start thinking that psychotic shit is the norm, bro, then you just continue to cycle that shit. My bad.
No, I was just saying, like, only thing I ever, one time, my youngest brother, my mom Then she hit him with a broom, like the wooden broom, and it broke. We like, Ma, it's over, my nigga. You can't hurt nobody no more. We don't care. we just, you know what I'm saying? We humor you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But once the baby was like, yo, come on, Ma. Like, all right. You know what I'm saying? But it's never no shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit crazy, bro. Let me get Hank, what's popping, man?
What's going on, big brother? What's happening? Hopefully everybody's well up here.
Yes, sir. We doing all right. We doing good, relatively speaking. I think we doing fine, right? I think we're smart enough to compartmentalize, but we just hate this shit, you know? Go ahead, Hank.
Yeah,
My fault.
no, you good. You good. It's your show. Do your thing. But I was just telling my wife, I said, man, let me tell you what's gonna happen. That boy's gonna get strong, gonna get bigger, and he gonna raise up on her, and he gonna choke her out. He gonna lay hands on that woman, and ain't shit she gonna be able to do with it. Ain't shit she gonna be able to do. Now she got to call the state to have to come get him, because she ain't gonna be able to handle him no more, man. That's crazy, man. Call that boy a bitch, and the sad part about it is, a friend right there didn't even do much. She did very little.
That's still your mom, Hank. That's what she says. That's still your mom at the end of the day.
So what did she do? She did nothing.
She enabled the mom.
Matter of fact, she's telling him pretty much continue to cower down. Why? Because it's your mama.
Take it.
That's your mama. He gonna forget. He gonna forget who that heifer is, and he gonna lay hands on her in an ungodly way. And that's what's gonna happen.
But here's another scary thing, Hank. He might continue that down the line to women that he meets down the road. That even he might get into situations where the girl might not even be a fourth of his mother, but any little provocation, he pulls that shit. It reminds me of that story. Now, I'm not saying it's 1 for 1, but I remember a dude, Lawrence Phillips. You know about Lawrence Phillips, DJ Hamp, from Nebraska, running back, went over to the Rams, was a head case, beat his girl, beat up, and he just had these crazy anger issues. Passed away in prison because of these anger issues. And this is how you unleash these type of demons in kids. Imagine that kid, he grows up, he looks tall. Imagine he grows up 6'8", 270 built, got all that testosterone in him, and he thinks that's normal. And he thinks that any woman that talks to him a certain way, he got to hit him, he got to punch him, he got to choke him out.
Yeah. Oh, this is a great comment right here. They've been there before.
And you know what? And I just to that point as well, as far as her saying, "Oh, that's still your mom." Another thing that I really take into in my faith and reading the Bible when I got into it was that I used to detest when my grandmother and my mom used to quote that, "Oh, honor and obey your mother and father. You're supposed to honor and obey your mother and father." But they never said the next verse. They never said the next verse. Didn't nobody talk about the next verse where God is telling the parents what to do. We only heard that first part. And that's still something that people use to this day. Oh, honor, but don't, but you raising your children up to against you though. But you want honor and obey, but you calling him a B and all this stuff and hitting on him, but honor and obey you. Throw all that out the window. Just honor and obey me.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What's up, bud? What you think, bro?
Yo, what's good, panel? Hey, before I get into my spew, happy birthday to your mother.
No doubt.
And once again, damn, we on a Wednesday, baby. Yo, once again, this is a good conversation. So I ain't gonna be long because I'm watching. I'm feeling this. There's a few things I wanted to say. All the stories you showed, it's unfortunate, it's sad. But like we said in the past, we spoke in the past about, when it comes to like disciplining kids and shit like that. That last video, I can't even stomach that. That's just over the top. But when it comes to discipline, to each their own. But we spoke about this in the past. I don't agree with the over the top of disciplining kids where you cussing at them like Shorty was doing, or you putting your hands on your kids and stuff like that. Now I know we come from a generation where that may have happened to some of us, and I could say we kind of turned out fine, but I still don't agree with it. I said this in the past, before I even had my kids. You spoke about your brother earlier, and I remember your brother. I think I said this in the past. I don't know. Your brother was the one that he was speaking to us one day. He was like, "Yo, I don't beat my kids." So we was all listening. We took heed to what he was saying, but that shit stuck with me too when I had my kids. It's because of your brother that I don't put my hands on my kids. He's like, yo, why I gotta put my hands on my kids? I could just talk to them. They fear my voice anyways. So what do I have to beat them for? So I took that information and I implemented it into my my life of my kids, and I guess everything is going fine. When they hear that voice, when I turn that volume up, they know I ain't fucking around. So why I gotta beat my kids? And then why I gotta cuss at my kids and then film it? Like, come on now, what are we doing to our kids, man? What type of message are we putting out there? But then again, we always wanna, get on this old black shit where it's like, oh, we all gotta do better. Yeah, we do gotta do better, motherfucker. You gotta look in the mirror, you gotta do better. How you gonna tell everybody else to do better if you ain't doing better? So that's all I wanted to say, man.
No, you hit the nail on the head, man. One thing we was talking about, like, just like how you do what you do with the kids, is like the patience level too, just depending, especially given the different nuances that you deal with and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that patience factor and just being repetitive and consistent is one thing that I always notice. You know what I'm saying? When we be at the football field, because I know you don't do medicine and no shit like that. Feel me? And just being consistent and patient with these kids, because they kids. We run out of patience so quickly. And we made the same mistakes. That's one thing I was saying about Travis Hunter. Nigga, how many times? Come on, bro. You know how many times niggas' nose been open for a chick? Niggas can't tell you nothing. You know what I'm saying? She burned you. Now, granted, you ain't the number one player in the world, right? But he's still a boy. You know what I'm saying? He's still learning, right? Tell him he ain't gonna listen. She gonna smoke his boots, and then he gonna listen after. That's regular shit, right? But we all be acting like, nah, it ain't me. No, that was you, my nigga. Verbatim, too. Like, exactly. You take Travis Hunter head and put your head, you the same nigga. But we all acting like you know what I'm saying? But sorry, that was off the point. Just like, one thing I saw from you, there's that overwhelming patience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That shit, son, I always noticed, like, golly, So
and that came from a dark place when you said, I could tell that hurt you, bro.
What part? Yo, shit, bro. I've been there, bro. She ain't that bad. Nigga say shit like that. She ain't that bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man. You can't see the forest through the trees, But that shit ain't easy, man. I have to y'all could jump back in, right?
I was gonna say was what Reaper said was real, is that same energy, unfortunately, it could turn on another young lady. Any girl that may tell him no or reject him or raise her voice at him, he could have a flashback, PTSD, and look at a young girl like his mother treated him, and now he's taking that frustration out on her. So that young boy's gonna need to have some serious conversation, man. After no telling how long I'm sure it's probably been going on ever since he was, ever since he was born. This ain't all of a sudden this started rising up, these past year or maybe month or so. It's been going on for a while. So he's gonna need some serious conversation with a man to get him through some shit, man, for what that woman done did to him.
Yeah, he gonna perpetuate this for sure, man.
Yeah. He's gonna have to separate, because when I saw everything he had on, even from his clothes, it looked like he was still wearing clothes that were a size or two too small. And it's gonna need a man. He's gonna have to separate from the mother for an extended period of time, just so he can sort of be reprogrammed and get that out of his system, because I'm sure he doesn't talk about it to others and his friends. So he's going to have a place to talk about it without being judged. And for me, it works when young men who are having similar situations can sit around together and have someone facilitate those conversations like you do with grown men. A lot of young brothers need that opportunity to speak it out, because a lot of times when they speak it out, you'll see a change over time.
Yeah. No, hell yeah. You definitely got to let it out, bro. Mr. Ferg, on that point, right? I was a part, well, I still pay dues, but I haven't been as much involved because I moved to Texas or whatever, right? But it's called 100 Black Men of America, and they have like different offices, right? And so in DC, this one boy, we sent the brother who worked at the school, we had to send him out because he subject to the school punishment, you know. But the boys 16, 17, 18, they think they tough and shit, right?
Yeah, they
so
know
in
everything.
there, you know, like go outside. He like, why? Cause I said, just in case he think he's one of, you know what I mean? And so boom, so I got a suit on. I take my suit jacket off. It's three of us in there though. The other nigga, one of the niggas playing the NFL too. So even though the young boys was talking shit, they ain't really want no smoke, right? So the big with one of the brothers, he grabbed the boy up, right? And he couldn't move, right? They never felt that before. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He's cussing, and out of nowhere, he's like, I fucking hate my mom. Just out of nowhere though, coach. We weren't even talking about his mom. We was talking about him being mad in school and shit. And he just broke down, and all that muscle turned into like he just melted. You know what I'm saying?
But,
and he
but
said his dad too. He started just calling out a bunch of shit that was on his heart for real, you know.
But that hug, once he hugged him, I'm telling you, when I used to hug guys, I'd be like, you want a man hug? They'd be like, what's it? I don't know what that is. That's just when you doubt, then you just go. I would hug these guys. These dudes would just break down, start crying. And that's the thing. When the man can sort of show them that they care, and it takes some time and be consistent, but when they realize that you really care, a lot of young brothers, man, they'll tell you so many crazy stories like what we're seeing, but it changes their outlook once they can release it. And it doesn't, that's why, man, being a coach has never been so, I haven't found anything gratifying in a mentor and a counselor. But if you got and this is to all the brothers, if you got one nephew or somebody that you can just lay your hands on, man, and talk to them, man, try at least once a week. It'll change their life.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. So Lex left y'all hanging. I was trying not to do it, but I had to do it. If you don't subscribe to this, just listen to the word, right? So this is the book of Ephesians chapter 6. So it says, children, obey your parents. Now this is you can find this in the commandments of Exodus 20, right? When the first 10 come out. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor your father and your mother, which is the first commandment with promise, that it may be well thee, and thou mayest live as long on the earth. So it benefits you to do so. And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in nurture and admonition of the Lord. See? That's what Lex was saying that they leave out, you know?
Yes.
So I just wanted to read that for y'all, because you don't have to believe in the Bible to look at those words and be like, okay.
It makes sense.
Right? Just in terms of logic and instruction, you know? Right? You could be an atheist and say, this makes sense to me and I can apply it. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Correct. But just in that whole passage, if people would abide by that last sentence, everything else would be void, because most children will honor their parents if the parents raise them correctly. So, yeah.
No, 100%, man. Damn, yo. Kids ain't easy, man. Kids ain't easy.
Yo, that being a parent's the hardest job in the world, Joe. Hardest.
It's a gift.
Yeah.
Yo, now that Fantastic up here, yo, I'm hopping off, man. I'm about to go watch the show. Hey, yo, Hink, I'm gonna go stare at your nostrils from the big screen. Yo, Hamp, I sent you something too, man. You should be getting that.
I bet. I love you.
Love you too.
You light skinned dudes don't know how to act, bro.
Brother.
It's fantastic. What's popping, man? I apologize. I did an impromptu real quick. I ain't even peeped that you was live and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, free market, baby. But nah, man, much needed convo to need to be had, man. I keep telling y'all gonna understand this shit. Look, bro, I'm not doing this YouTube shit for fame, glory, or whatever. I literally look at this shit, man, and look at us and just understand. It was a guy on here, right, when I first came on here, Hamp. And I tell people this shit all the time. A lot of times, man, something's going on, but it hit different when somebody say it. And it was a brother, right? He said, "Hey, man, we sick." And I was like, "We sick?" I never heard nobody voice those words, but black people as a people. It's like, bro, there's something that's intrinsically wrong that we need to focus on, and give a little grace, have a little consideration, all these different things. Which, yeah, we need to do that. But the most important part is healing, right? It's curing the ailment, and that's why I come at this stuff with such passion at times. Most motherfuckers, but like, bro, it's so much stuff that we could fix ourselves. But a big part of this, bro, we talking about this, and the women got control, bro. The women are the source of the family now. You know what I'm saying? They have these kids, they raise them, they give them morals, values, you know what I mean, control their education, learning, all these different things. And lo and behold, they're doing a terrible job, and nobody can tell them they're doing a terrible job. And it evolves to shit like this where it's getting worse. Hamp, this is like 3 huge stories, Hamp, of just neglect. You got this one today. We talking about that the Pontiac, right? That's right. That's pronounced right. Pontiac.
Yeah, Pontiac. Yeah.
The one they talked about yesterday, shot to say like in Raw G, and now you heard about the one in Seattle, Hamp, where the girl beat her teenage son to death.
Well, we just saw that one. That was in Dallas. Did you see the video I played?
No, I didn't see. I didn't watch it. So you sent me Dallas. No, this is Seattle, Hamp. This woman beat her 14-year-old son to death while the piece of shit stepdaddy was in the house and just turned the TV up because he didn't want her to beat him up.
What?
Hamp, this is what no one cares. Black men and boys are dehumanized. We're not seen as people. We're not even starting from ourselves. That's why I be like, whatever. Look, bro, I'm not trying to rah with, younger cats or no other black man that's on the sofa, bro. I understand this shit now, bro. Hey, what I want to fight you for, my nigga? Hey, have a good day, brother. How you doing? Everything good? Nick, bro, niggas get flummoxed, Hamp. You tell them what's up, man. If you give a nigga a nod, you just look at him you ain't trying to eye wrestle with him, and niggas like, niggas still mug, bro. He don't know what to do. And we just got to grow out of that aspect, man, and start promoting as much positivity and hegemony that we possibly can, man. It's crazy.
No, and this is a thing, right? Like I was saying it yesterday, and my final thought, like, it's easy for me to say now, yo, abstain, yo, dick discipline. I already got to be outside. Right? So it's easy, but I think I just look at everything in totality, and we want the young boys for what we, just for sake of conversation, what we say to enjoy themselves, but at what cost? So it just, because you already looked at less than, it's so fucking tough, man. This the one that Ms. Fantastic just mentioned right here.
Mary, a defense attorney went as far today as asking a judge to release this woman from custody, saying she's dealing with the trauma of the loss of her son, the same son who she is accused of beating to death for not doing his chores. There's a broken window at the home where police say a mother killed her 14-year-old son. A jail report says the woman told investigators her son did not complete his chores and she was angry. After an hour of beating the boy, police say he went unresponsive and the woman waited 5 minutes before calling 911. The boy went to the hospital where he died. The mother was booked into jail for murder.
is young. Is she intending to come out? Oh, no, Your Honor.
At a bail hearing Friday afternoon, the mother refused to appear in court. Despite that, her public defender argued for her to be released from custody.
Given her limited history and the fact that it appears that she cooperated with law enforcement and the fact that she has very limited resources, I believe she should be released.
The defense attorney said the woman is in grief at the loss of the son she is accused of killing.
I acknowledge the seriousness of these facts, but this also involves a mother losing her son and significant trauma she's experiencing from that. I also argue there'll be additional trauma on top of that if she's incarcerated.
Police outlined the disturbing attack in a report, saying the woman mercilessly beat her child for an hour, including using an extension cord to spank him.
This assault happened over an hour. A 14-year-old child, extension cords. He struck his head. He lost consciousness, and she continued to beat him, and then failed to call for emergency services.
Neighbors we spoke to said they didn't know the family well and they hadn't seen any issues at the home until now. So we're not naming the woman yet because she hasn't been charged. Prosecutors say they expect that to happen by next Tuesday. For now, the judge set bail at $3 million and the woman remains here at King County Jail. Reporting live in Seattle, Jeremy Harris, Como News.
Refuse to name the woman, Hamp.
They never blamed the woman. No.
Hamp, could you beat somebody for an hour?
No. You know how much stamina that take?
Not to mention Hamp, just a random person. Hamp, the nigga I hate the most, Hamp. Maybe 20 minutes. Your own child, Hamp, for an hour. He lost consciousness, Hamp, and she kept beating. Now they're gonna claim and say, well, mental health and all this shit and whatever, right? Okay. Well, why the fuck again? Why is she not getting the help she needs? Motherfuckers love talking about narcissism and y'all don't do this and that, but hey.
Let me show y'all this.
The mom accused of beating her teenage son to death pleaded not guilty. 29-year-old Danae Young is charged with second-degree murder. Court documents show Young called 911 on January 30th to report she got into an altercation with her son and he was unresponsive. She reportedly told Seattle police she was spanking him with an extension cord because he didn't do his chores. The 14-year-old was taken to Harborview, where he later died. Young is being held on a $3 million bail.
So they hit her with second degree. So second degree is intentional. Second degree is we get into it. I make a decision. I'm going to kill this person. That shit crazy, man. Miss Fantastic mentioned that the stepfather was there, or whatever the case is, but there's so many factors of why, the men are missing in these situations. I know we talked a lot about not being able to see the kids or whatever the case is, but it just all around fucked up, man. The floor is open. Oh shit.
Well, yeah, man. Nah, so when they didn't make the distinction. They're saying parents, right? So they're making sure to call out the father, and people are doing the same thing. Yeah, that's who it is. Danae Young, right? You can't find no pictures of her. You Google search her. You're not gonna find none of that shit. They're saying the father or whatever, and then in some cases they're saying the stepfather. Again, everybody's vilifying the man. And I agree on this one wholeheartedly. There's no way you're gonna beat a child to death in my presence. Okay, somebody gotta be like, all right, goddamn it, that's enough. Put the extension cord down. We're not doing that, right? But again, even in this situation, why didn't he stop her? Why did she start? Why are we afraid to face that fucking dragon again of these deadbeat moms? Deadbeat moms are dangerous, bro. Be it directly or indirectly. Hamp, I didn't even got a chance to really do the research. What these kids were, like you said, 4 years, Hamp, living on their own.
That shit crazy.
4 years.
I read the police report on the live, like the whole thing. So she was talking to the son, FaceTiming with them. She was dropping food off weekly herself.
Hamp, it's a story. Hamp, it's a story. Another story of little girls that Hamp that did the same thing. The mama just got caught. This was recent. The mama was out of state. She was in Miami. I forget where the kids were. And she was FaceTiming the kids and ordering Uber Eats and shit. And the oldest girl that was there was like maybe 10. The teachers, thank God.
I covered that one too. Yeah. So I was looking for this one and found that one.
See, so Hamp, listen to me saying, right? Hamp, why are these stories not forefront? Like 50-50. Niggas ain't, niggas can't, niggas won't, niggas don't. Why do you have to find and search and look and be a motherfucking detective, Hamp, to see these stories of black women neglecting their children, harming their children, killing their children? And when you say something, oh, you don't know what she did, and it's all these excuses, and you have a heart, and she's grieving, and the bitch did it. Emphasis on the bitch, because that's what she is, right? But when you just hate black women. No, I don't. I love black children. I have them, 3 of them. Kill and die for them in that order. Had to fight for 2 of them, right? Tooth and nail. But when I say something, I'm just, you just want no. Until we face this shit head on and start, this is going to keep, and it's going to get worse. Because what do we discover here? Black women are losing money. Black women making less money. DEI is out of there. So these secure jobs and shit y'all had, they mad as hell, Hamp, because they said, hey, you ain't gonna be able to buy them motherfucking hot Cheetos and motherfucking them honey buns with the EBT no more. We finna get rid of all this snacks and shit and all these unhealthy shits on the EBT. It's projected now. There's something suggested. It ain't for sure. But now what? So what that mean now, Hamp? Now your ass gotta actually cook. You gotta actually do something healthy. You gotta actually do something for the betterment of your child, along with all that fucking free money. But when you point that out, oh man, you ain't got no heart, man. You just think no, motherfucker, no. Once you have a child, your life is not yours. Okay? The more children you have, the more fucking responsibility and sacrifice you are supposed to make. No question, no ifs, no ands, no buts. The problem in society, black people's niggas is niggas, not black people. I apologize. Niggas have been allowed to get out here and have all these fucking kids, not give a damn about them, don't care about them learning nothing, don't care about them being healthy, don't care about them fucking being good fucking assets to society, none of this shit. Have a baby, get a check.
That's crazy, man. Have a baby,
So
get a check.
I'll put something in the back that's going on her not too far from where I'm at in Kentucky, over in Indiana.
Yeah. I've been following
this. It's a crazy situation. That's one of the reasons why I don't understand why a woman would try to keep her kids away from their father. Man, I think, Hamp, you said it earlier, the kids are stressful. They get on your nerves after a while, and they can drive you crazy if you left, right? So why would you shut down a portion of that kid's life, their father's, let him go to them so you can get some time to yourself to regain your sanity, to get your mind right, to give you a break. Instead, you want to feel like you punishing the man. Nah, I'm gonna keep the kid, even though they drive you crazy, even though they get on your goddamn nerves, to the point where you may be doing shit like what this mother was doing, calling her son a bitch and fighting like some chick on the street. Because, saying you and your feelings. Allow that boy, all them kids to go to their father and get you a break, have you some me time, and maybe it won't drive you crazy as much. But no, that's not what they're doing. They're doing just the opposite.
Let me see. Oh, Rainbow sent her photo to your IG. All right, let me check. RLC was popping with the $10 says talking about the dehumanization of black men. You should read The Man Not, end quote, by Dr. Tommy Curry. It opened my eyes to no one pays attention to the plight of black men and boys. Reaper with the $10 says apologies for him for abruptly leaving. It's all good. Salute to you. Alex and her openness, and Coach Ferg and Hink the Hittite. With that detachable Velcro beard, fuck out of here. By the way, whatever happened to the Detroit 300? Salute. I think they still have the Detroit.
Nah, they got him out of there. Hamp, they got him out of there. They actually start making a change and a difference in the community. So what that mean? Now you fucking up the mama's money because the little niggas selling drugs, they selling whatever, so on and so forth. So we can't have that. So they got rid of this shit, Hamp.
Wow, I did not know that, man.
Perfect.
Salute to Ty Hoyt. Salute my G, been a member for 10 months. Mike Brown with the father says, "This your mama at the end of the day. We are doomed." That's a quote from the video we played, right? Uncle Rick with the $2 says, "The children always end up paying. You paid too." Mike Brown with the father says, "Hamp, mom was recording, right? Yeah. How the hell that video get out? It was a live stream. They're delusional to the point they'll release this shit to the world." Yeah, so she was streaming it on Facebook.
What? Streaming what?
I'll show you real quick.
That's
Darnell was
crazy.
popping, man. He said, "Love you, Hamp. Appreciate you, bro. Love you too." I remember my mom hit me with a broom and it broke over my back. I was 12 years old. She said, "Yeah, go live with your daddy," and I did. The broom break is like a rite of passage or some shit. You know what I mean? Because you know that belt ain't effective no more. You know what I'm saying? Man.
Can I just say something real quick?
Go ahead.
To that, I don't know who just said it about it being on live and all that, because of the arrogance, the straight arrogance that some of the moms have, that they don't think nothing is going to happen to them. Like, my mom didn't think that I would have did what I did because she felt so secure in doing whatever that she had been doing that nobody said nothing. Like, that's what it is. Yeah, when I tell you, when we got, because we had to go to foster care for a little bit and then we came back, and I remember her telling me, she said, before I left to go to school, she said, "You gave me the kiss of Judas that day." I said, "God." Like, I remember her saying that to me. I was like, damn. So Quinta, like, I'm trying to win her love back, because she said I'm Judas because I turned her in and all this stuff. And I was just like, damn, that's like, but forget what you did to me. I'm the Judas because you beat me. You beat me. And that's what it is. It was that arrogance. My mom, I remember when I kissed her, and when I went, it wasn't like, she asked me for a kiss. So I gave it to her if I left. And she felt good when I left. She just felt like I wasn't going to do it. I don't even think like I thought about it that day. The whips was on me, and I said, "What happened?"
Look at God looking out from the mouth of babes. Put the telling spirit in you at the right time. Probably saved your life.
It did. She never came at me like that ever again, nor did she do any of that type of stuff to my little sisters.
Well, yeah, man. Listen, and it's so many kids, man. I think one of the most prolific and profound things that ever happened him. Everybody gave him shit for it. For what was his name? The brother that played in Green Mile. Michael Clark Duncan, right?
Yeah.
It was a thing where he was describing and he touched the psycho piece of shit white boy, and he's like, he killed him with they love, bro. I don't think people understood just how deep that was. He killed them with they fucking love. Bro, do you know how much love that you have for your mom and your dad, bro? Do you know the level of a betrayal of trust it is for you to, you know what I'm saying? Not only harm your child, but death. You feel me? Bro, hug y'all kids, bro. I say this shit every now and again on my look, bro. Thank God that no matter how aggravating your kid is, right? They ain't out here in the street. They ain't selling drugs. They ain't toting guns. They ain't, it's kids gonna be kids. All right. Let your kids know you love them, bro. Cause hey, you never know. I appreciate them. All right, for the little shit. They appreciate you, but man, love from your kids, bro. And you know what I mean? That's a trust, bro. You can't, and I'm telling y'all, that's the biggest part of this. This ain't more so, black bitch this, black bitch that. That, bro, that's secondary. The most important part, bro, you got kids coming out here, and I came in on the back end of Coach Ferg and Hamp talking about this. Bro, most of these young boys ain't never been hugged, bro. They have never heard anything positive about a black man. Something they gonna be. Nothing positive.
Yo, you just said something too, right? This is the kid, right? And this situation seems extreme, but this is the kid. This is how kids see their parents. Y'all remember this story here? This is Genesis 22, the Good News translation. Remember, Abraham got up that morning because God told him he needed to go sacrifice Isaac, who you love so much, in the land of Moriah, right? So him and Isaac walk up the hill, right? And Isaac kind of asking questions generally, but he lays down where they used to sacrifice animals. And Abraham was told to sacrifice Isaac, the son that he loved so much. And Abraham was about to do it, and then the Most High was just testing his faith. But the reason why it resonated with me is because Mr. Fantastic was just saying, you know how much your kids love you? Isaac ain't thinking he really about to be the sacrifice, but he also love, respect, and trust his daddy. And before it happened, the Most High delivered I think it was a lamb caught in a bush to be the sacrifice, But like, you think that's extreme, but it articulates how your kids see you. Right? Now, this is pretty close to the truth, but my kids think I'm the strongest person in the world. They not too far off, but I'm not the strongest person in the world. I know you're surprised by that, Mr. Fantastic, but I'm not. But they don't think, you know what I'm saying? Like, they see you like that.
But Hamp, just think of that, Hamp. We used to have those arguments, bro. My dad can beat up your dad. My dad's stronger than your dad. That don't exist no more, Hamp.
Yeah, that's the argument, like a moment. Yeah, Ram. I said, what I say, Lamb, Ram, my bad. But yeah, your dad could beat up. My dad could beat. Well, my daughter still be coming home. Daddy, Isaac says such and such. You stronger than his dad, right? Yep. She just go jogging off or skip, whatever girls do, skip or jog, whatever fuck. You know what I'm saying? As long as I say no, he can't. That's it. That's all she care about. Told you, Isaac. Like Isaac don't got his own dad. You know what I'm saying? But it just real shit, yo.
But that's the courage that fathers bring to their sons, though. There's nothing more encouraging for a son to know that his father, one, loves and supports him and gives him those little nuggets, just like going out to fight. You know what I'm saying? Your father be to tell you, you go out there and you fight, and you'll fight with courage you never thought you had, even the competence. You know what I'm saying? So it's just so much that a lot of, and I usually go back to 35, 40 years where we saw this dynamic shift to where it's like the level of confidence in boys has really gone down. Boys are not as active as they used to be. They sort of bring the same kind of energy that they picked up from their mamas and aunties, and they bring it to the streets, and a lot of them don't know how to just talk each other through problems. It was a time when you could sit on a stoop, pass a joint or something, and you talk each other through the problems. Now it's like it's a piece that's missing, and I think it has to come back some kind of way, but how are we going to move forward?
Yeah, no, real shit, man. Damn, you right. You right, man. Affirmation, man. And I hate Even when Sherelle do this, I'm like, nigga, stop talking about New Orleans. But you know, and Miss Fantastic, Hank, you may have experienced it. Coach Fur, you got sons?
Yeah, I got a 21-year-old son.
Okay, old ass son, big son.
Yeah.
So, shit, Hank got a big son too, right? How old your son, Hank? 19, 20?
19.
Yeah.
19.
Big Chug, he about to jump off something or do something. All he do is look back, right? And I'll be like, go ahead. That's it. Motherfucker be jumping off a cliff. Yeah. If I'm like, yo, go ahead. Like, that's all you need. You know what I'm saying? Like
Confidence.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know? I remember one time they was saying something is fantastic. They got him tight. So he started yelling for the baby to come in the room. I mean, how's he, 13?
Yeah.
But he like, come here. I'm like, damn, I thought I was in trouble. You know, nigga, dad yell. Then he said, say something. And then the little boy's like, what? See, I told y'all my motherfucking son here with me. I forget who was talking shit to you. Remember that?
Like, yeah, man, niggas, don't hit me with none of that weekend daddy shit, motherfucker. I'm paying for this shit, nigga.
Did he think he was in trouble?
Nah.
Oh, I thought he was in trouble. So I said, damn, maybe he get yelled at for two things, you know. But yeah, man, dads are important, bro. Good moms are important. And again, just to reiterate, if y'all didn't see when I opened the stream, the reason why these things are easy to see, but we can identify the bad because we know the good, right? We've seen it. We've experienced it, hopefully, most of us, right? So when we calling this shit out, it ain't from no place. See, look at the news. Nah. We seen moms go hard for their kids. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, man.
Yeah. Hey, Hamp, could that video, that link you just had with that chick beating up and punking her son, could you send that to me, please?
You want that? Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Because I got a video I'm gonna drop. Talk about, and it so happens, man. It's kind of crazy. It's how the Lord works. About videos about fathers and the importance of fathers, man. I caught some on IG. I think it was they did an interview with Jalen Hurts' father. And the only reason why they did because he was involved, he was an active father. I said, this is crazy. But then somebody said, if you look at the last 10 Super Bowl quarterbacks, they all had fathers, active fathers. I said, man, that's a beautiful thing.
The link in the chat.
It's a beautiful thing when you see shit like that.
Hank, is Lamar's dad in the picture?
No, but he's not a Super Bowl winner, so you ain't got to worry about Lamar.
You did say distinctively Super Bowl winner, but you know a lot of those second generation players, right? Joey Porter, son, played for the Steelers. He played corner. There's another linebacker. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. He played for the Eagles. Is it the Eagles?
Yeah, they both. His father and son both play for the Eagles.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, you see Deion's sons. Antoine Winfield Jr. played for the Buccaneers. Patrick Surtain, his son, better than him already. He played for the Broncos. He played corner. Even a white boy, the McCaffrey. You know, Patrick Mahomes' dad was he an all-star in the MLB? He played for a decent amount of time. But you see, I mean, genetics matter, right? But your dad kind of be there to hone those skills, you know, and those kids kind of play similar position to their dad for the most part, you know.
Yeah.
Joey Porter's son, you know, Marvin Harrison Jr. is a receiver, right? His dad is one of my favorite receivers, top 10 in my opinion, right? Hall of Famer, you know, it's just so much of that. Asante Samuel Jr. been in the league for a minute. Fred Gore's son he on the practice squad for the Buffalo Bills. Also the last team to give him a chance. Remember when he was kind of, you know, going off?
Yeah.
So
that plays to all sports, though. You look at baseball, basketball, fathers
you're right.
Play. So
sorry, I'm saying sports that matter. My bad. No.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, his dad. Okay, his dad died. See, that makes difference. Oh yeah, all the Mannings, right?
Oh man. Yeah.
They said that the brother, what's his name? The one who he
The
played
one
in
in
Tennessee
Texas.
too. Well, no, the other
Eli.
brother. No, it's
Eli.
Eli, Peyton, and
They have an
How
older
about
brother
Archie?
too.
is his
It's
name
like
Art?
You talk about
no, Archie's the son. It's like Gunner or some shit like that. It's like
But
Gunner.
Yeah.
Or,
he played receipt, but he was nice though. But he got
yeah, he was
sick or
nice.
something.
He got hurt. He fucked his
Yeah,
back up.
hurt. That's what
He
he did.
was
He
on some
broke his
Sterling
back,
Sharp.
right?
He was on some Sterling Sharp type shit. So I think he
Yeah,
had like a spine thing or something.
yeah.
Um,
Cooper. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cooper was dope. Was good though, but yeah, he hurt his
Yeah.
back. You know, Sterling got in right.
Yeah, Sterling just got in this year.
Yeah.
Sterling got it. Finally got in the Hall of Fame this year.
We was watching this, Miss Fantastic. I'll show this, and then we get up out of here. I'm gonna have to cancel the interview tonight. Shit. All right, let me see. So this is I'll get the longer clip, but this is a short one. Oh, this Instagram.
Get the fuck in that car. Get in that car. Nah, bitch, get in that car. Get in the car.
Oh, that's what he said. Hank. No, I don't know if Hank was up here, but we missed that part, Coach Fur. He asking, "Can I go ride with Ashley?" That's why he ain't getting in the car. He want to ride with the other lady because they ran out of gas.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna play the whole thing. I'm just kind of showing Miss Fantastic a little bit of it. But you heard her. She already called him a bitch, right?
Get the fuck in that car. I'm not playing with you. Get the fuck in the car. Get the fuck in the car. Quit playing with me, bro. Quit fucking playing with me. I'll pop you with this motherfucking brush, nigga. Sit your bitch ass down. Listen, Ernest. Tell Kennard to give it to you. The trunk. Shut your bitch ass up. Where my gas tank? I'll close this. What is that in that bottle? Is that gas?
So I'll send it to you, Miss Fantastic. But this the interaction. Everybody just don't want to watch it again. I don't think. Put a 1 in chat if y'all want to watch it again.
Nah, man, I don't even want to see this shit right now. Somebody beat this bitch up. You know how y'all, just how y'all did the research on the boy's girlfriend.
I put it in the back chat.
How y'all did all this research on her?
It was a picture you sent me.
All right, my bad. Go ahead, Miss Fantastic.
Yeah, how y'all did all the research on the man's kids that's dying, and y'all did the research and y'all knew everything about it, and she was a fat bitch and all this other shit. Do it for this hoe. Do it for her. Find her and do something to her. How about that? Bitch ass nigga this, and I'll beat bruh, man, please, CPS. Take them kids today. If you don't already have them, please, Lord. Somebody step in.
Yo, you know what I get so confused about? That amount of mustard that women be having, like talking to even a little. Did you see the USA soccer team get destroyed by them? That for the 15-year-old team that they played.
Yeah,
it was like an AAU 15-year-old team or 16, whatever they were. And they got smoked. It was like 11-0, right? In soccer, that's like getting beat 100-0, like for a football game type shit, right? And it's just like, even a little boy, because they was wrestling, the other lady was saying, "That's still your mom." So was he winning? like it just crazy, bro. Like that amount of mustard, like just against these little boys. But these are prepubescent. They barely prepubescent.
Barely, barely got a full shot of testosterone, man.
But they already got. Go ahead, sir.
No, in their mind, him again, they gotta beat them into submission and into fear because they know that, like you said, ain't no bro. Once a boy is 15, 16 years old, there's nothing a grown woman can do with him, bro. That's why they always say that shit. I'll take you. I brought you in the world. I'll take you out. I'll kill you. All that shit is to keep that fear in your mind, bro. But again, that bro, you know the psychological damage that does to you. It's supposed to be the person that love you, that nurture you, and now they telling you they're gonna kill you over dumb shit. Bitch, you ran out of gas. We in this position because of your broke, dumb ass motherfucking trying to fucking, and now you mad at me because I want to put myself in a better situation. And then most important, like you said, biological imperative, Hamp. As much as y'all hate me saying this shit, bro, you will naturally kick in the motherfucking gear if a motherfucker trying to take your life, bro. Enough pain get caused, Hamp, and your ass is gonna react, bro. So what he supposed to do? He just supposed to lay there and let you, you know what I'm saying? Let you do something to him and just, you know, just take it? Nah, bitch, get the fuck out of here.
And that should be so.
And then, so hold on. So you telling me the bitch that was around was tell she was cheerleading the man or tell her instead of intervening and getting the mama off of him, she tell him, oh, that's still your mama? That dumb bitch?
Yeah, I put it in the
Fuck
back.
her too. Yeah, fuck her too. Yeah, lock her ass up too.
Look at this shit. Look at Boots. Look at this shit. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy, yo. Yeah, man. You like I don't think y'all know the impact. Your mom calling you a bitch, imagine that. And you gotta take that shit on the chin, pause, damn near.
That's where the emasculation starts at. A lot of it starts at home. And now you see, I hate to say it, but it's sort of common for women to call a man a bitch today.
Really?
They hear it in the same home. Listen, I understand a lot of people are growing up in the same homes, the men and the women. The brother may just have to figure it out. He gonna go. If he don't have no children, he just gonna be out trying to figure it out. A lot of the sisters, they have children. Who's gonna babysit the kids? The mother. So they're not gonna confront it until it's a time where the children are out of, don't need a babysitter for real. So now they coming back, oh, I went through all of this. But in that moment, a lot of people just avoid it. But a brother, he has no outlet. He's going to go to whatever, he's going to find some form of peace. And unfortunately, a lot of it's just to the streets. So I think brothers would do themselves a service. They would just talk about it earlier, find somebody, that they can connect with and talk about it in a positive way. Because it's just unfortunate, man.
Look, I hope the father sees this shit on social media and he does what he needs to do to get that boy up and get them kids up out of that situation. Because she don't need to be having no kids, not one. Use this shit in court, man. Use this shit in court on her ass.
Come on, Pearl. They're still your mama. Come on. Come on. Come on, bitch. Come on. Come on, bitch. Come on. That's still your mama. Come on, bitch. What? Hold on, because that damn truck coming. Come on, bitch. Bitch asshole. You a pussy, bitch. You a pussy. Yeah. Bitch asshole. Hit me now, bitch. Hit me now, bitch. Come on, bitch. Come on. You ready? Come on. You ready? Are you ready? Come on. Bitch.
Yeah, I hope he raise up on that bitch, man. I hope he catch that bitch at night and he throw a fucking hot pot of hot water on her ass. God damn, she's honoring, man. She called him a pussy and a bitch. Damn, man.
Hank, that's a live stream, mind you. That's how confident she in everything she doing is all right. That's a live stream.
Damn.
Now, bet you piece of shit motherfuckers, instead of somebody calling 911 help, like you said, they laughing and kicking and shit, probably cheering it on like niggas.
And the fact that a friend held the phone, held the phone for and continue to record the bullshit.
Yeah, man.
But birds of feather flock together. I see why her trifling friend didn't do shit, because she probably do the same thing to her goddamn kid. She said, "Girl, leave that boy alone. Let him come with me." You know what I'm saying? She didn't do. I didn't hear none of that. She did just that. Girl, watch out for that truck. Let that truck hit that bitch. God damn, that's crazy.
She just knowing full well she can't fight. She can't move. Looking fucking ridiculous. So This shit, we gotta do better overall, my nigga. Like, get in, yo, look, and I ain't in shape, but I tell you one thing. Look at this right here. This motherfucker. Look at this right here, y'all. Hold on, let me. You see the stroller, right? You see the stroller? Look at the. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember this. Yeah, play it. Thank God somebody was walking by.
Look.
Dang.
Look at this.
Fat ass bitch.
Look at this shit, bro.
Yeah, somebody random had to go. Sweep that bitch down again. Don't help her fat ass up.
Damn.
Yo, it's just fucking crazy, bro.
That shit's embarrassing. Look at her big ass. She had to take a knee.
If this don't get you in shape, if this don't see, we don't think about shit like this, right? We just think like you couldn't even save your kids, bro. Like you couldn't even save your kids, bro.
Hopefully needs a shot.
Like she got shot. That's how she fell.
What's that clip you got? What's that, Ricky? Ricky. That's what she looked like. She went down like a bag of bricks,
bro. Yeah, I'm about to go do cardio right now, bro.
I know that's right.
Because I've been down, right? Because my arm and shit, right? And so
yeah.
I did something, right? I forget what it was. I think I went to go bend down and pick something up. I was like, huh? I said, see, nah.
An Asian kicking on your ass.
Nah, it was my stomach, not the air out my chest. That's what me. That's what happened.
Hey, Hamp said I might have to run down Chubb one day from running out that goddamn street. Yeah, you better get your.
Yeah, that boy don't listen. Hell yeah, that boy don't listen for shit.
That's you don't have. I don't believe a word you said about that boy.
Oh yeah, he can't do nothing wrong with y'all. That's y'all problem, man.
Hey, that's my
send
dog.
up there. I'm gonna send that boy to Kentucky, man.
Come on now, we got it. I got it. We gonna.
Yeah,
hey, now he might. Hey, Hamp, he might be into playing basketball. You know how we do down here in the Bluegrass.
I forgot about that part. But y'all look about alike. I might need a blood test. Matter of fact, I had to test Granville last when he came down here. Look, right on time, Dorian. Right on time. Damn, man, crazy, bro. That's what's
crazy,
up, man. But we I don't know, man. It's tough.
Yeah.
Man. I
mean, just one last thing to that video that you showed with the young boy and the fact that he got in that other woman's car and she was already saying it's your mom. Just imagine what he had to listen to all the way wherever he was going with her. You know, it was just a reinforcement of, it's your mama. You shouldn't do your mama like that. Not holding the mother accountable at all. And this is a big problem because now I could be wrong, but from what I've seen, when women see those type of behaviors with other women, they really don't hold them accountable unless it's affecting them personally. But for the most part, they just have to get to a point where they hold the women, especially the women that say that they are these upstanding women and good numbers. Don't be afraid to hold the other women accountable because somebody has to do it. And it has to start somewhere. They may not like it in the moment, but it may help them once they get a chance to go in their own private little spaces and reflect on it. But to just let it go, it just does everybody a disservice. So hopefully somebody's willing to make a change.
Yeah, 100%, man. Damn.
Yeah,
what you think?
Seeing shit like that, father. No, I was gonna say seeing shit like that, man, just unless fellas let you know how important we are in our kids' life, man.
Yes.
It further pushes the issue on how important your kids need you. You know, man, you made a bad mistake and invested into a bad woman. Okay, it's done and over with, and nothing you can do to change it. It is what it is. But what you got to do is do what you got to do to be for your kids, especially when you got a son and he's dealing with a woman like that. That's man. That woman said that boy for failure. So fellas, do what you got to do to get your kids. Whether it's joint custody or full custody, do what you got to do, man. Whatever sacrifice, whatever means, whatever money, whatever lawyer you need to hire, do what you have to do, man. Don't ever let your kids end up in a situation like that. They deserve better, regardless of what's going on between you and the mother.
Word. Lex, what you think, man?
Are you doing final thoughts, or are you just asking about something?
Yeah, final, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Good conversation. I'm glad I was able to give another side of the story. I want to say that I did a lot of work getting to this point, as far as trying to reconcile and take the meat and leave the bones in a lot of situations. And I'm proud that I was able to do that, and I'm also happy that and I'm gonna pray for especially of those children, because it takes a lot to sit and be able to think outside the box and say, I'm not going to do this, even if you're not shown that. You know what I'm saying? I had a friend, because I told her about some of the things I used to do with my kids, and she said that she was kind of cried to me, because she was like, I don't do that stuff with my kids. And I had to let her know, well, did your parents do this with you or your mom? And she was like, no. So how do you know what to do if you were never shown? But if you're able to recognize it right now, you can make a change. And I'm glad I was in a situation where I was able to recognize stuff early and tell myself, Lexus, you're going to make a change. You're not going to do things like your parents. You're not going to do things like your mom. You're not going to do things like your dad. And even reaching out and getting help to my mind to be able to overcome a lot of stuff that I went through with my parents, not just my mom, my parents. So I hope, I'm praying for those kids. I don't want to be encouraging to anyone that go through that. And I know it may be hard to try to change what you've been around, but man, y'all can do it. And that's another reason why, as far as a woman holding people, other women accountable, I can't hold a woman accountable as far as marriage, because I haven't been married, but I can hold somebody accountable as me being a mom and knowing that I'm busting my ass every single day to make sure that I'm not being like my mom or other moms I've seen. And I believe that if anybody want to change it, they can. So, and as always, God made Texas first, then everywhere else.
Indeed. Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
Rainbow with the $5 says, what y'all don't realize is the police and CPS already been called on her. Of course, she confident to record. She know nobody gonna do nothing. Oh, I see. Of course, she confident to record it because she been called on, but ain't nobody do nothing about it, so it ain't about shit. And she probably get a whole lot of confirmation, Just me with us. Yeah. So I think I sent the wrong one initially, but I sent the one with the video. The video's in the actual comments. There's a picture, and then scroll down just a couple, and you'll see the actual video there. Yeah, Rainbow, I appreciate you sending that picture. I just ain't want to show the baby, man. God bless her dad, Teresa the 2 years says $2 says 4 years is nothing if they never wanted to be a mom. Yeah, I guess whatever she. Let me just say this, man. For all of us that are blessed, man, all praises to the Most High. If you got a good mom, Like Mr. Fantastic said, hug your kids, hug your mom, hug your father. In a lot of our households, we don't say I love you too much. Let's try it, see what happens. Be kind when you can and be appreciative. You know, but shit get real, man. And shit been real for a lot of people for a long time. And this shit is hard. And again, we know what bad is. We can see it easily and thoroughly because we know what good is. We've experienced good. We've had good, hopefully, the most of us. When I tell you my mom do any goddamn thing for us, I am not exaggerating. Not exaggerating. When I pledged my fraternity, way back when, my mom drove from North Carolina, from Connecticut to North Carolina, missed the whole damn ceremony, but she came. And she drove her $5 ass back that same night, her and Sister Neat. But 8 hours just to make sure I had somebody present and accounted for. You know? So it's real. It's real. It's her birthday today, man.
Perfect.
We celebrate.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
She old as hell, man. She like 67 or some old.
Oh shit, that's young, man. What you talking about?
So, yeah, man. We need to disparage, admonish, rebuke, shame, remove ourselves from the degenerative shit, right? Let's not accept no more of it. Let's disregard and speak against all of it, especially when it comes to these kids. Give back whenever you can. You'd be surprised the impact you can make, I promise. Jump into Discord. Let's continue the conversation, man. Let me see. AL with the $5 says, it ain't just physical beatings. Some of those women are sexually abusing those kids. Ellipsis. Remember, Jim Jones said his mom taught him how to really kiss. Yeah, that shit was different. I think we had Isha up there. Usually, like these physical abuse like this, and the mental abuse is more so the women, because Isha is a social worker. She was saying a lot of the sexual abuse is usually alleged against the men, but not rendering his comment moot, just in terms of what somebody who worked in the field said, you know. But let's jump in the core. Let's talk through it more, man. I appreciate y'all being here for 3 hours and walking through this. And I'm glad that generally every single person is on the same page here. You know, when wrong is wrong, call it out. And then we stick together. They got no choice but to be accountable. If anybody gives grace to it, now people get an opportunity to wiggle out, right? So let's just be connected on things that are obvious, you know? So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Be safe and do the right thing, man. Jump in the Discord. Somebody drop the link. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And we out.